Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, which is this book right here, Vancouver by Night, Delve into Darkness, which is not this book right here. This is the 3rd edition. Avoid that one for now. As a warning, this is a mature game and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. First, a thank you to our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates these beautiful dice boxes, which collect all the dice. Please visit him on Instagram. You can actually use the top part as a rolling tray because it's got a little leather part in there. And I will have that up in the chat. We're about 99-ish% of Mikhail actually being in the chat. So, go check Mikhail out on Instagram and throw money at him. And get a dice box. Or you can just throw money at him. It's fine. I don't think he'd complain. And Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of TTRPG veterans ready to work for you. From actual play, production, to tabletop game development. They're a one-stop shop for all your creative needs. Investing in the World of Darkness streaming community helps keep channels like this one online and thriving, and we greatly appreciate any love you can share with them on their Patreon and various media platforms, which should be, let me see if I got the direction right. It's over there, over to my right, your left. Yeah, so go check them out. Go throw a couple of bucks at them on the Patreon and help them out. So, and Dogmite Games up. The best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your game, from dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for GMs. Each piece is created on site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen. And I've got the Gangrel one, and you can see the Gangrel bit on there. And I totally forgot to grab a dry erase marker, because you can use the dry erase marker on them and then basically go, oh no, Abigail's getting diablerized, oh no.
Wait, again?
I'm kind of disturbed by the fact that he keeps saying that. We're like in a
So
time.
is that the theme again this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were taking turns diablerizing Abigail.
It's the nanites.
And now it's time to introduce our vampires. Let's start in this direction. Speaking of Abigail getting diablerized, let's start with Abigail.
Again? All right. Well, my name is Joanna. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Abigail this evening, your techie Tremere, also she, her, who is going to do everything she can to not get diablerized. Thank you very much.
But will it work? That's the question.
Well, it's a good question. I'm not sure.
And Prince is not here this evening. He had something come up, so we're going to put his stuff over there in the chat. And after this game, Philly by Night should be running, so we'll hop over to Philly by Night after this game and see Prince. And Mike.
Hi, Mike. I'm a he, him. I will be playing Mordecai, also he, him, who has no intention of diablerizing anyone tonight. It might happen
Tonight.
I'm not planning on it happening. It'll be a surprise.
Words are
Anti-gay
important.
Ball doesn't believe that either.
Yeah, everyone playing the home game. Words are important. It's an old
storyteller. I'd like to rouse Scorpion's touch right now.
It's an old LARP trick. Tell the truth, but don't tell the whole truth. That way, if they're aura reading you, they can't tell. So, next up is Sara.
Hey, my name is Sara. I'll be playing Jude, the Brawlin' Tremere, she, her for the both of us. I have no desire to diablerize Abigail. She's my Tremere sister, so that just won't happen. But between the cast here and the cast of adjacent, Diablerie is pretty much always on the table, I feel like. So
I have no idea what
You're
you're
a
talking
bad
about.
influence.
That's another life trick. Always pass the buck. Cliff.
Evening. My name's Cliff. I'm going to be playing Duran Giovanni, your unassuming and non-suspicious tailor sort. And I currently cannot say anything about Diablerizing Abigail. I am pleading the 5th tonight.
Sit down.
And after I'm done the
Storyteller,
5th, I'll move on to the
Scorpion's
26th.
you
Storyteller.
can't. Wait a minute. You can't plead the 5th in Canada. Excuse me. Wait a minute. You can't do
Okay,
that. That's not a thing.
I can,
No Fifth
I can
Amendment in
drink
Canada.
I can
Wait
drink
a
a
minute.
5th in Canada. So I'll do
There
that
you go.
instead.
That's better.
Nope, we only have alcohol coming in 26ers in Canada. All right, so for everyone playing the home game, last time you saw your Intrepid Kindred, which will be over there on the YouTubes. I will throw that up in the chat. Go subscribe to us. It's a free action. The coterie met with Chauncey, who was the chronicler of the Fae Court. Mike, do you have a question?
No.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, me, pick me. No.
And there was apparently a lot of cheese in play. And then they went to
I blame Abigail.
smash the Masquerade utterly into a billion pieces at a club. Fortunately, there was somebody there with mass dominate powers, and it took care of the situation. So this will be the next night.
We really cheesed up that episode.
Mike,
It never ends.
we've had this discussion before. There's a little red button at the bottom of the Zoom call. Go ahead and hit that for me.
Okay, what does it do?
And you're muted.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, it would be the next evening, so I'm going to get a rouse check from everybody. Let's assume that you had time last evening to go out and feed, so you'd all be starting off at the one hunger.
I passed.
I too passed.
Cliff.
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I
beast
did not.
wants to talk about it.
Duran,
Yeah, apparently. Si, padre.
you need to eat.
That is quite likely, yes. And it is something that I will take care of.
You know,
Actually, we have Sabbat coming to town, and while they are not filling, there are advantages to enjoying them.
you probably could have eaten that thin blood last night, but who wants to do that?
Oh no, that is like the salad bar of kindred. There's no nutritional value there.
And
That is empty calories. I would become fat and lethargic. Like, never mind.
You have no idea how this is even possible, that it's coming out of your sire's mouth, but this will definitely take you kind of aback. And you hear your sire say, they're basically the RC Cola of kindred blood.
How would you know what RC Cola tastes like? You were embraced well before that. I mean, heck, I was embraced well before RC Cola became a thing. Though from the advertising and what the humans say, I can kind of understand. In Canada, PC Cola, same thing. I think it's because it's got a second C in it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Go and eat.
But C, yeah, I will. I would just not have a tab kindred.
Oh no, I'm the only American tonight. What am I going to do?
Yep, that's true. So I'm going to fast forward the regular stuff and have you all starting to arrive at Sandwich. Mordecai,
All right.
You still have a slight problem.
Oh,
You
Oh, yeah,
still
I
have
guess
an
I'm still
aggravated damage.
I'm still injured. I guess I can try to heal it.
That's 3 rouse checks.
It is 3 rouse checks. A 9, an 8, a 5. So I'm at 2.
Mordecai,
Nav.
eat someone. You're always trying to better yourself. Maybe Duran. He's got special powers.
Well, as much as I like licking ashtrays. No. I was actually thinking about those. Been worried about my waistline. And I was thinking about those thin bloods. It'd be kind of like eating kale.
You, don't actually hear this from your beast, but just, you get this overwhelming feeling of mild disgust.
Beast is throwing up a cat fur ball on my head.
Dry heaving,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I will. Well, let's hope the Sabbat come calling.
I suppose. So, everyone is starting to arrive at the Sandwich. How is everyone arriving?
I mean, I think Jude would definitely be first. She's, feels responsibility for making sure the shop is in good order before the rest of them get there. Though I guess that would mean that Abigail and Jude are just like, we're a duo now. We're going everywhere together, unless Abigail had something that she was attending to, of course. But
Nothing that a little Amazon and or other online shopping can't fix. So yeah.
Super.
Well,
It's true.
Okay.
so I will go with Jude.
Cool. So yeah, we'll be going together. When Jude gets there, she's gonna go to wherever the offices are. I don't know if that was ever. Is there a back office of some kind?
Kind of, yeah. If you
Okay.
if you go left, that's basically where the main kind of cache is, and it's kind of behind there that there'd be a door, and it's kind of a smallish office.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So Jude will go to that back office shortly after she arrives. And she's gonna take out her phone, and she is actually going to text Harley.
Okay.
And she's gonna say, "Hey, can I get Cassandra's number, Rose emoji?"
I will make a note and bring that
You
up
do that.
during adjacent.
You do that. And then she'll kind of just make sure everything's looking okay back there, and probably try to find is Gretchen there, I'm assuming?
Gretchen is there, yeah.
So she'll want to just touch base with her and just be like, wherever she is, hey Gretchen.
Hey, did you know that Ron Perlman was in not only Adventure Time, but he's also in something called Howard Lovecraft and the Undersea Kingdom? And I think it's Lovecraftian. I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah, that is not familiar to me. Now I do have a question. Do you just look at his IMDb, or is just the encyclopedic knowledge that you have at the ready?
If you're a Ron Perlman fan, obviously you have an encyclopedic knowledge of everything Ron Perlman's been in.
Of course.
Indelic memory for very specific things.
Yeah.
The storyteller, on the other hand, is looking at IMDb.
That's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to Google that later. That does sound kind of interesting, actually. Okay, so is everything's going well?
Yeah. I sent you another email.
Oh, super, super. So Jude will look at her phone in the inbox. It's another spreadsheet that I failed to understand that looks like a spreadsheet.
If you want to roll the intelligence and finance.
You know what? I do. So I still have no finance, but
We will see how much of a
okay.
incomprehensible numbered spreadsheet this happens to be.
We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I think it was the same exact that I got last time, which is 2 successes. So
same sort of thing.
Great.
If you're like
one day.
Yep, those are numbers.
Yep. So so Jude will look it over and be like, yeah, okay, yep, looks good. Great.
Fake it till you make it.
That's right. That's Jude's whole. That's her in a nutshell. So she'll kind of just nod and be like, okay, cool. Well, again, we got stuff to do, so we'll probably be here for a bit, and then we're heading out. Oh, like, did everything go okay with the rest of the cheese?
Oh yeah, somebody came around and grabbed the rest of it.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't. I didn't want to be too much of a hassle for you, so cool. And then Jude will just kind of mingle around, just checking the stocks out on the shelves and whatnot.
There's a sale on sand.
Which color of sand?
Yes.
Great.
All the colors of sand. All of them. It's only like a 10% off sale. So you know that with the 2 successes, you can definitely figure out that, that's well within margin of you guys still making a bit of money and it being on sale.
The sand is moving.
Like the sands through the hourglass.
These are the days of our lives.
Abigail, I'm assuming you were somewhat close by during this, seeing as how you guys are roomies.
Yes, and Abigail has been basically looking up on her phone the cost of the various equipment that is necessary for glass blowing, because she's going to write a proposal for Jude. That we propose that we do something like this in the basement. Of course, we need proper ventilation, etc., in case anybody actually goes down there that's not one of us. But she's basically like looking up all the costs and stuff like that, and she's kind of sending messages back and forth to Cassius saying, well, do you think you can fund part of this if we bring some glass, chalices and things like that back to the chantry, etc., etc., etc.?
So noted.
And gonna just send a quick message to Kevin saying, still no spiders. We'll let you know when I have something.
Kate. Thumbs up emoji.
So, Jude, what do you think of this? What do you think of the sales of this sand?
Well, I mean, I think it's like working. I mean, I feel like maybe there are more people that do sand art as a hobby than like maybe one would realize. There's really niche communities for everything, especially when it comes to art. And I don't know, the memories, of me and like my mom when I was super little, we'd go to like the state fair and we'd just like, you'd put them, it'd be in like a glass Coke bottle, and you just like swirl all different kinds of sand, and then you take it home and you like put it on the windowsill. It's a really nice, I think. Well, actually, I don't really know about Canada. I assume you guys have some kind of like state fair where there's like livestock and fried food. Do you do that here?
The exposition There is the Pacific National Exhibition in Vancouver, and then Toronto obviously has the Canadian National Exhibition, which is livestock. They also have a winter fair that has livestock and things like that. So yes, we have something similar, but it's yes, I would say it's similar.
Yeah, I think we had like way smaller ones. Like they were just specific to the state or even just the town that you lived in. So they were like super, super small. But you know, that's kind of an accessible way. Kids like it, pretty colors. So I think that's kind of like a nice, safe, accessible memory for some people. So I think we could do really well. So I'm gonna look into like more different types. Maybe there's like some like metallic looking ones and all that stuff. So I think we're on to something here.
I think maybe you could do classes as well. I mean, if somebody comes in and they take one of your short hour-long tutorials or whatever, maybe they get a discount on the sand that they purchase afterwards.
I like that.
Or
I like that.
I do have a proposal I'm writing up for you about glass blowing, because you have all this sand. We could do glass blowing, and then, as I said before, a witch can turn sand into anything, right? That could be
exactly.
Yes.
And
yes,
that's so hot right now. You know, like hipsters love like little things like that. They love that. And so yeah, they even have like they have a TV show that's like a competitive glass blowing reality show. So like I imagine
Really?
people yeah, for real. Yeah, this is real.
They have time for that stuff.
I don't know. Somebody pitched it to the streaming network and they were like, let's do it. And here we are, you know, it's the golden age of television.
All right.
But yeah, so I definitely think that could be cool. Plus, I mean, dang, I'd take a glass blowing class. That just sounds fun.
I didn't say I knew how to blow glass. I absolutely have no idea how to blow glass. That is not my skill set.
We can't probably really do it though, because it's like lots of fire and like and heat and stuff. So, I don't know about that.
I mean, yes, but we wouldn't have to be the ones doing it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we could hire some guy with like a man bun and a long beard. To teach the class. I think that would work.
Yeah. Well, I'll put a proposal together. Don't worry about it for now. I'll put a proposal together. I've got some leads on some equipment and stuff like that. And obviously, we don't want to get too close to it. You know, fire, all that. But yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, definitely sounds good. And Jude definitely seems like buoyed by that conversation. She kind of likes these sort of tertiary things, like to distract her from the incoming Sabbat violence. I think she really kind of likes just talking about these things in the future and just hoping that things can get back to a place where these are things she can really focus on. Stop shaking your head. Let me dream.
No.
Let her have her dreams. It'll distract her from Cassandra.
This is the world of darkness. This is your new normal. So, at this point, either Mordecai or Duran would be showing up.
Okay, so the door opens. Still got to get that bell fixed, replaced.
Yeah, they haven't done so yet.
Ciao, bella gente. How is the Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club this evening? Oh, by the way, Gretchen, did you know that Ron Perlman has a disease named after him, the Perlman syndrome?
Really?
It is a combination of a couple of things. He had a rare overgrowth disorder that has been present since birth, which is why he jokes about the fact that he has a Neanderthal cast to his figure. But this combination, extremely rare, it has long medical names, is called Perlman syndrome.
And he was also in Conan the Barbarian, the new one with Jason Moana or whatever his name is.
Momoa?
That's the one.
I have not seen that one yet.
I haven't either.
It's actually really good.
I may have to.
I mean, I like Jason Momoa. You know. Come on, Gretchen. Yeah, girl, come on.
And how are you, Mr.
Cool.
Giovanni?
Yeah.
Things are proceeding relatively well. The businesses are bringing in money. The investments are ticking along, one could say. I am waiting on a couple of special orders to come in, and then I will be ready for the oncoming festivities when our cousins come to town.
Oh, and how is your family anyway?
Oh, I'll be here a little bit from them now and again. I'm expecting Giancarlo sometime within the next few days, sometime this week from the little rumblings I'm hearing. Being out in the provinces, I mostly hear a little bit of if you have a chance, do this or do that. This part of the world is not a high level of interest to the family yet, which has its disadvantages and has its advantages. It allows me to show them that this is a fantastic city with great potential.
Yeah, it is.
Good to hear.
Mordecai, at this point, you would be coming in.
After doing a number of stops.
No more cheese. Please.
For more cheese?
No.
This time it's meat platters.
Veggie trays.
Veggie.
I read this book. It's about this rabbit that was a vampire and it drained life essence out of these vegetables.
Nicula!
Wow. I've existed this long running vampire live streams without a binocular reference, so yeah, there's that.
I'm actually shocked by that. I'm honestly shocked.
I had to kill that particular.
I'm glad.
There's
we
also
broke
a
the seal
sequel
on Binocular.
for everybody who's looking for binocular novels.
There's a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, they're in a anyway. Yeah, Mordecai makes a couple of stops along the way. The storyteller knows where. Gotta get my humanity back somehow. Jesus. All the touchstones.
Gonna take a lot more work than that.
Yeah, well, it's a day-by-day process.
And a little less diablerie.
That's not.
I'm doing it so I
No,
can
it is group.
diablerize. It's sort of a recursive thing.
Out of character, you're trying to get your humanity back so you can diablerize again. Okay, I see where you're going with this. Right?
I've never
Well,
heard a
or-
more Vampire the
It's like-
Masquerade thing in my life.
It's like when you-
recidivism, you know.
It's like when you do cardio for an hour so that you can eat. Okay, I see.
Yep.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
As a
Kane-
and then have a treat.
Kane disapproves.
Don't care.
Well, Kane's got his hands full with, the other.
The future is now, old man.
All right. So, so he comes in. Gretchen, yes. Any other extra issues with regards to any final cleaning? Send me the bill.
Sure.
You can make it a business expense. You can deduct it on your taxes.
Oh, in that case, there was like $1,000 worth of cleaning that we had to do.
Yeah. Make sure you have a legit. Actually, you know what? Duran might have a legitimate cleaning company that he contracts this stuff out to.
Does he though?
I know I do. I mean, I've got a couple of standard. Yeah. So
No, we took care of it. It's
Cleaning
just,
company.
yeah, we needed overtime for it.
call Alexia. She will handle the finances, and yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
They're all downstairs, I take it.
Yes.
Wonderful. You didn't put that bell back up.
No. We haven't had time. We had to do a bunch of overtime.
I mean, I'll put it up now if you want.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get around to it.
That's fair. Besides, it should be all that tech stuff with the little boom boom thing, anyways. Yeah, so I'll head downstairs.
Speaking of downstairs, Abigail.
Yep, I
You
have the
have
key.
the
We
key.
would have had. We would have had downstairs. You know, I have a key if one of those changelings didn't steal it off me.
Not entirely.
That key could show up in Toronto. Be very careful.
Yeah, that is a concern that I do have. When Mordecai is like descending and like coming down, like Jude is immediately trying to get a read on him and his like mental state or emotional state because of like, you know, he took some hits in the fight and just general things that have been going on.
Make an
And
insight check.
I mean, something like that.
And I'll roll my deception.
Right? But yeah,
Hang
Jude
on.
definitely is trying to get some kind of read on him, if she can.
Let's go with a.
If the
Ooh,
dice agree.
use your sight beyond sight. Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.
That would be a wits and either etiquette or awareness for Jude, and a manipulation and performance or persuasion for Mordecai.
Okay, I'm gonna do wits and awareness for Jude.
All right.
Performance or persuasion. Here's my thing. And manipulation, you said?
Manipulation, yes.
I feel like he's gonna crush me with this pool, honestly. Dang it.
Because you're
I
trying
got
to manipulate people into believing that whatever it is you want them to believe.
that Mordecai's fine when he's really not okay. I got 3. I mean,
5 successes on Mordecai's side. All right. Yeah. You can't quite get a read on him, Jude. You're like looking, you're like, he seems like normal Mordecai.
fair enough. And she doesn't like say anything or bring up the fact that she was sort of scrutinizing him. She just kind of lets it go, I think. And just goes,
He's used
Hey,
to everybody
Mordecai.
staring at him, it's fine.
how you feeling?
I'm all right.
That's good. That's good.
I can't complain. Not it's been a self-care week, really. It's a little
Hey,
bit of
that's
TLC
important.
there, here and there, and there and here.
That's good. You got to do that. You got to do that. So yeah, I support that for sure. And I think Jude's just kind of looking around and going like, all right, so in terms of our always giant to-do list of shit, I guess we should probably get on something else. And I feel like the rest of the coterie would probably be able to tell because she's not really trying to hide it. There's definitely like as the nights go on, like a certain jitteriness, like a certain nervousness, because she just doesn't know what
Oh,
to
man, you're
expect.
just dangling that fish in front of me.
What this, I know, it's so tasty, isn't it?
I have a clan skill to do that. Yank.
Right. So she just feels nervous. She hasn't ever dealt with the Sabbat. She's heard from, the coterie and others, like what to potentially expect from the Sabbat. But the fact that she's just never faced it is kind of like, it's just making her a little bit on edge, and just, she doesn't know when things are going to break off. And I think that's starting to get to her.
Are you okay, Jude?
Yeah, I'm just kind of worried, like, I I dealt with the Second Inquisition and like now all this stuff from Vancouver, the Garu and the changelings and everything, but it's like I still don't really know about the Sabbat. So I mean, you've told me a little bit, but it's when are they just gonna come stomping down the door at some time? Like I'm just kind of nervous,
I mean, none of us really know exactly when they're going to show up, but it's as long as we busy ourselves with the planning and the making alliances, I think everything should be okay. Try not to think about it too much. They will show up when they show up, and not a moment sooner and not a moment later.
I recommend self-care.
Yeah, well, I
That
don't really
works
know
too.
what that looks like anymore as a kindred. I used to like take a bubble bath or, whatever a white lady's version
Why
of
wouldn't
self-care
that
is.
still work?
I mean, that's still, yeah, I mean, Mordecai's right. That still works. I still hack into the NSA. It's a thing.
That's so cool.
No, I mean, it's
That's so
just stress
No, you don't
relief.
need to know that.
It's
Point is,
just
we'll do
stress
self-care.
relief.
I probably should just honestly get in the ring, Mordecai, at your place again. It's been a really long time. I think that would honestly help.
But you can't eat them. You can spar with them.
I don't want to eat them. I just want to punch them. I can hold back. I won't.
You didn't last time. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll have to think on it, do some journaling and
No, you are more than welcome at any time in the ring.
yeah.
The ring never lies to you. The ring never expects anything of you more than what you're willing to give it.
Exactly. And you're looking at the person across from you and you know that they're going to come at you and you can feel the hits in your body, even these weird walking corpses that we inhabit now, you still feel that. It makes sense to me. Always has. All right. Well, okay. You're right, Abigail. Like it'll be here when it's here. And
That doesn't mean that you can't, follow Mordecai's advice and do some self-care. Do something that relieves some stress. Do you have a has Cassius managed to conjure you up a PS4 or PS5 yet?
I don't know.
And by
you know
conjure,
what?
I mean they're not readily available, the PS5s, and he just has a way of getting things.
Well, I was gonna say it's like impossible to get PS4 stuff because of the PS5. Like they're like pulling all the controllers and stuff because they want people to buy the PS5.
Yeah, let's get you one. I'll talk to Cassius.
You want a 4 or a 5?
We'll get you a 5.
I'd like a 5 because
I mean, I have one in my dormitory in the chantry because I took it from home. So I mean, there's one sitting there if you really want to play before we get you one. But I think
can we play Tekken together?
We could, yes. I mean, yeah, and I also have a Switch in there. I tend to do stress relief a lot differently than you and Mordecai do.
Well, I'm open to new methods, though. I want to broaden my horizons, and I'm liking getting back into the gaming sphere like I did, a while ago. I think that would be good for me. Okay, but anyway, I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. So, all right. I remember we had some more of those changeling locations. So we got like Trout Lake, I think. That maybe we should potentially check out. And then still kind of curious about that Elysium at like the library or whatever.
Either one works for me. Mordecai, Duran, what do you think?
See, those are both excellent ideas.
Which would
I
you
would think
prefer?
I would think Trout Lake first, and then Elysium. There should be someone there well into the night. We don't have to worry about, oh no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Who's going to be around?
Fair enough.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do we know by any chance if there are any factions that hang out at Trout Lake? Is there anything that your family might know, Mr. Duran? No. All right. Well, it'll be a
No,
nice surprise then.
we have heard nothing about Trout Lake yet, though so far the Gangrel are in one of the locations, the Guru are in a second location. I'm hesitant to guess at what is at Trout Lake.
Oh man, who knows? But I guess we're gonna find out. Hopefully we can get them on our team.
See, that would be interesting. Now,
I am not liking
the
that
big
smile on
advantage
Steve's
is
face.
we now know what we are supposed to do with these things, which is with these places, which is nothing. Keep them as they are. And you know for a fact the Guru with Stanley Park, they will make sure that it does not get mucked with. So they like it natural, whatever that means.
Well, I mean,
They,
the pool in
I
and
guess
of
they like
itself
nature on
isn't
their
really
shoes.
natural.
You-
Well, the pool in and of itself isn't really natural, but I guess if they keep it the way that it is and don't make any significant changes, I guess the changelings should probably be okay with that.
I would think so. See, we could go off to Trout Lake and find out if it actually has trout.
Wow, I haven't been fishing since I was back home. Used to do that a lot. Not so helpful now though. Okay, cool. So we'll go to Trout Lake and then we'll check out Elysium. Yeah, you're right. People should just like be hanging out there like all night. So should be able to get somebody to talk to.
We
Yeah.
can hope. The other with our luck, there will be next to no one there, and it will be fairly quiet. But we still need to stick our noses in and find out what is going on.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be nice to hear that have you contacted the Primage and Coterie and said we are in? What instructions have you for us?
Storyteller, can we say that at some point in the past day or so that I've done that? Out of character, I forgot. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jude will answer. Yeah, I'm just waiting on some text back from them. I don't really know what they're getting into. I mean, hopefully preparing to defend the city. So
I like how that's actually
yeah.
worse information than not knowing.
Right. So yeah, as soon as, I mean, I'm assuming it'll be Harley to text me. So as soon as he texts me, I'll let you know and see if they have any info.
That is good.
So, are
That'll be
we
interesting.
heading to Trout Lake?
Yes.
I don't believe you. Okay. So, I'm guessing you all pile into various vehicles.
I'm going to suggest we don't take the limo.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Okay.
Can we all fit in the Fiat?
Oh yeah.
Fiat. So no.
Yes. C. Oh, you're going to drive something fancy.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to.
The point is not to attract attention.
Oh.
Point A to point B.
I don't
Mr.
understand.
Mordecai and Mr. Duran, it doesn't matter how. Just point A to point B at this point.
Okay, Duran,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you in your car if that's cool.
See,
Why
I
would
will
you
do the
not
same.
drive in style?
there are times to be subtle.
That, yes.
Now,
What, Mr.
I'm trying to understand why people think you're a Toreador. Like, I'm really starting to.
See, there are
It's
times,
really
much
silly.
like showing up at the club, where you want to roll up in a limousine because that's just, here I am, look at me. I
Yes.
require your notice
Every
because
time.
I'm going to tell you how things happen. However, I would not suggest, for example, rolling up to Stanley Park in a limousine because the guru will pick that out of a lineup of cars immediately and say, let's open this tin can and see what yummy is inside of it. The same thing, we're going into a situation we know nothing about at this Trout Lake. So do you want to attract attention when you roll in there? I would rather not have guns aimed at me right from the start. I would rather be able to stand in the shadow and go, oh, look, there are guns. We need to approach from the side.
You can have the aux cord on the way.
Now, if you want, you can go in the limo. We'll go in the Fiat. And if things go south and the limo is holed with bullets, then we will be over at the side and be able to come to the rescue. But there are times for subtlety.
So a Cadillac instead of a full limo.
The Fiat at least blends in with most other mid-sized cars. Again, Cadillac, they don't stand out so much as the limo, but they do tend to still stand
So
out.
the Viper's too
Jude is like
loud?
going
Oh,
up the stairs. She's
wait,
like,
see.
no. She just starts going.
See,
Abigail.
and I mean, when you step out of the Fiat, you can always kick it on and show off. Then it
So
is
as
it
he's
is
going
like a
up the stairs,
surprise.
Alexia, darling, Duran says I need a subtle car. So buy me a subtle car.
Understood.
Something that I would consider subtle. Thanks, love.
Oh, I hope she picks up a Chevrolet. And I want to see Mordecai
hatchback.
driving a minivan.
Nice.
I found this
Wood
1982
panel.
AMC Pacer.
Wood panel.
I actually have 3 ideas as to what she would probably buy him as a subtle car. What he would consider subtle would be a Humvee, a Mitsubishi Spider, or something Ferrari-ish.
You didn't specify what you consider to be subtle. You said subtle.
Well, what I subtle for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So, how are you getting to?
Mordecai and the mom van.
How are you getting to Trout Lake?
We're taking a
I will
Fiat.
take the Fiat with whoever in it, with whomever.
Whomever.
But the limo's going to drive and sort of park, follow and park, a distance away.
All right. Abigail.
Abigail's gonna go with Duran. She feels like getting shot up in a limo today is not what she wants to be doing.
It's always a good plan. So, with Trout Lake, you would have to go down the North Grandview Highway to get near it. After the Great Northern Way, because it's a fairly not easy place to get to, despite the fact that it's surrounded by friggin' streets. So you'd probably be pulling in around the 13th Avenue area, which is to the north of Trout Lake. Surprisingly enough, this part of Toronto actually goes north.
Vancouver. You said Toronto.
Vancouver, whatever. Yeah, that too. Because in
There's
Toronto,
a chunk of Toronto out there. I'm gonna want to know about that.
I mean, there's a Trod or something.
yeah, that's how the Pixie keeps going back and forth. There's actually a section of Toronto and Vancouver.
You said
Sense.
13th?
13th, yes.
Okay.
Out of
Cute
character,
little
I just
park.
put a map in the chat just in case anybody's looking for it.
I
Yeah,
will
I'm
keep
actually
this
thinking-
tab open so I can just dump it into our Zoom and our chat
Now-
for the game.
I guess we're
When-
pre-recording this.
Are they
So
are they
Joanna's going
kind
to have
of
to watch till this exact moment and then put the chat. Oh, sorry.
No, I have the
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the actual in the Twitch chat.
no.
Oh,
No. I
I was
mean, I
just like,
watch it
what?
all the time.
That's
Just
why I'm
for us.
keeping. I'm gonna keep this tab open
Just
throughout
for
the
us.
week and then just dump it on the Twitch chat.
So is that 13th Avenue? Is that just like, are there residences there? That's kind of what
There
it looks
are,
like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
residential.
it's residential.
Okay. And it so we could probably just park on the street, I imagine there.
There would be kind of a parking area, probably around the farmers market.
Yes, that's what I was thinking actually. Cool. So just for logistical purposes, Jude just has her typical knife. I've still got 2 spider juices on my person. Doesn't have the shotgun. Just is not thinking about that level of danger at this particular place. So yeah, that's what she has just going into this.
All right. Everyone else.
Abigail would have boot knife. I think I have 1 clinging of the insect left, as far as I know.
Yes.
And just the bear spray. And I think I backpacked for this one, just instead of the side bag. Abigail had a feeling that there was going to be something happening, and she wants the backpack just in case she needs to move quickly.
All right. Duran.
Oh, 1911 in the shoulder holster, couple of spare clips. Silver is now always loaded. One clip. Silver's always the preferred one, especially as we roll up and it's like, oh, bueno, park. Trout Lake, I should have known. If there are shape changes here, I'm going to hope they all have both hands.
Mordecai.
The Beretta 9mm, the Glock, the boot knives, yeah, that's about it for now. He's leaving any of the big stuff at home.
All right. Where would you be wandering through Trout Lake? The park, anyway.
Is there a kind of some kind of a center or a fixture of some kind that people congregate at? Is there like a community center, some kind of an arts learning thing?
I mean, there are,
Community center.
yeah,
There's a community center, there's a beach, there's a playground, there are
basketball court,
a few areas.
covered areas.
Well, I don't know much
and
about
then
magic woo-woo, but
the
I imagine these things are of some kind of cultural significance to the Fae.
well, they're at Trout, or the Trout Lake itself, the body of water, I think, feels like it would be the kind of center of things. So maybe the beach. I don't know.
Well,
That's what I was
us
thinking.
go. We're parking in the north at the farmers market. Let us take a stroll clockwise around the lake, down
that sounds
south to
good.
the beach, and then around, and we'll just do a clockwise circuit and see if we see if anything jumps out of the bushes and goes, "Oh, kindred! Oh!"
I would like to sense the unseen, please.
Actually, myself as well, I believe.
Probably a good idea. That will be one of them fancy dancy rolls.
I'm doing wits and aspects.
Nope, that's animalism. Don't need that. Wits and aspects or resolve plus aspects.
Yeah, 4.
Well, that was a shitty roll too.
You don't really need that many successes to see this. You basically, both of you kind of blink your eyes a little bit after one of you realizes the other one's doing it, and then you kind of turn it on yourself. Doesn't really matter which order. And you look out over the park, and you see the lake itself. There's kind of like a, not sparkles necessarily, but it's just kind of like shimmering lights that are going up in kind of a pattern that is counterclockwise from the lake itself, kind of spiraling upwards.
Jude will
Sorry,
look
so-
over at Abigail. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So just lights, basically, just
Yeah.
like
Well,
Any
they're
particular color?
kind of flashing on and off. Kind of, it's almost like fireflies, but you can't see them when you don't have Sense the Unseen on.
okay.
Okay.
I'm seeing this, Jude. Do you know what this is? Because I don't think I'm familiar with this, unless storyteller. Okay.
I'm assuming Jude doesn't know either. Yeah.
First time you've
Uh,
both seen it.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen this. I mean, they look kind of pretty. Maybe it's something fine.
It's possible. Duran, Mordecai, Jude and I are seeing in the middle of the lake, and Abigail, blah blah blah, explains this as she's looking to Jude for confirmation that she's told this correctly.
First of all, I'm
Do you-
going to use Oblivion Sight and see if I see anything that way.
Oblivion Sight. Let's check what the roll is on that one.
I know it's a free slap it across my eyes.
Yep.
Um,
All the blinky stuff is.
yep.
No, that's Chicago Folios. Chicago by Night. There it is. I believe it's Wits in Oblivion.
That sounds right.
Fuck it. It's Wits in Oblivion now.
Most of those are Wits in Oblivion. so-
Storyteller discretion.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. What's in Oblivion? I can do that. Oh, I like that roll, actually. One of those. Two. Let's see. Oh, my luck is holding. My dice hate me tonight again. That's okay, though. That's 5 successes. Thank you very much.
So long as you get it out of the way when, it's one of those situations that your life isn't on the line, it's fine. Get the shitty rolls out now. 5 successes, so you blink a few times. Anyone who's looking at Duran sees him blink, and then his eyes kind of haze over in like a jet black, just inky darkness. And Duran, what you see is you see a lake. Wait till you tell the family, because they don't have a lake like this.
Sorry, I'm seeing what?
Just a lake.
Just a lake.
Just a lake.
Okay. I'm gonna scale it up. This one requires a rouse. I'm going to use where the shroud thins to find out just how thick or thin the veil is here. Oh, and I passed that rouse with flying colors. And that is once again Wits plus Oblivion. Let's see if the dice will be a little kinder to me this time.
What's so special about a lake?
3, 4, 5.
So like a
Oh,
magic
this time
fish?
I got 6 successes.
The veil here is kind of thin-ish.
Is this where Ogopogo is?
Thin-ish. So
It's usually the veil is about a 6, if I recall correctly.
about that, yeah.
This is 5, maybe 4, if closer you get to the lake. But this is, it's not like thick by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, so there's a difference between thin and frayed, and I should be able to tell
This
whether
is
it's
just
because
because
thin.
thin.
Mortals come through all the time, or
this is
are
just-
necromancers doing anything here? Did someone die here in the last couple of years?
Yeah, this is just thin, and it doesn't seem to be for any of the regular reasons. It's just thin.
If I could actually have like just for my own player knowledge of this world of darkness. So when you say that it's thin, that means that it's easier to see the spirits, or it's easier for them to be here, or what exactly does that
Kind
mean?
of. To get from
and actually, yeah, Duran could explain it that the veil here between the world of the living and the unliving is thinner than it should be for no apparent reason, which means that those on the other side can see and interact a little more easily. Of course, it also means that I am able to perform certain things a little more easily myself here. Usually this happens when it is a ritualistic place and rituals are done regularly. It will thin the veil over time just because of use, or because some people have expired in the area. Death can often impact the veil negatively. However, not here. I am not feeling any death of any sort. No angst, no gloom, no darkness. It is just over the lake. The veil is thinner than it should be. As you walk away from the lake, the veil starts to thicken, and I would expect in a few long strides that way it would return to normal. But for some reason over the lake it is thin.
And oh man, there are so many things. I mean, changelings to me seem like they kind of like fade, that they're kind of more associated with like life and light and things like that. And so are they like hanging out with ghosts? Like, do they like have a, I don't know.
Among our kind, we have the Toreador, some of the children of Malkav, the Ravnos, a variety of clans that celebrate their existence. I would like to say celebrate life, except it is, what we have. It is more of an unlife. And then there are those like my family who spend more time in the morose, gloomy, dark kind of corners exploring death. And my family is not the only one. I would think among changelings, it would be the same. I know so little of them, but I'm thinking of stories told by, the old Ninas, and some of them for a saucer of beer help you clean your home and fix your shoes. And then there are others who champed humans to drown or to their deaths in swamps. So I would think that many of them probably do celebrate life, and I do not doubt that there are those among the changelings that celebrate death as well.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I guess I don't know. I guess we'll just Abby and I'll keep an eye on the lights that we're seeing, but I don't really know what that could mean.
I can see
we could swim
nothing
into
else.
the middle.
Oh,
You say?
Well, I mean, there are paddle boats that get used during the day. Maybe we could swim into, well, not swim, but paddle into the middle and actually see if we can figure out what's there.
yeah, I'm down. Storyteller, I did want to know, have we made it to that southern beach yet in terms of our walking?
Yeah, you'd be just coming around there now.
Just coming around the southern beach. Okay.
Even though it is fresh water, I would rather not saturate this suit with lake.
I mean, I could just go out and you could just like be on the beach and like we kind of just.
There's a whole fuck around and find out thing going on at this point.
I mean, to be fair for Duran, freshwater is better than saltwater in this particular suit.
Yeah.
It is, but they
Still
The lake's
not-
probably full
not-
of goose shit, honestly.
Yeah, the lake's probably not.
Ducks and
Not the
geese and
cleanest,
all that
yeah.
other fish shit, whatever.
And storyteller,
That's me.
there's no like conspicuous sounds or smells or anything like that.
Doesn't appear to be.
And in terms of like beings or like mortals, there's nobody hanging around that we can see.
Nobody in the nearby vicinity.
Okay,
Okay.
so one location that we know of, Stanley Park, is belongs to the shapeshifters. The second location, the Peony grounds at the park, is Gangrel, which is the kindred. You both are saying there are these swirly light things going on, and the veil feels thin here. I do not see it necessarily as being a place of the restless dead. I'm wondering if this is, let's just call it maid shit.
Oh, I actually kind of forgot about that.
Speaking of maid shit, Duran, are you carrying that particular ring?
Oh, yes, I am, actually. I would have Bartholomew in my pocket.
Give me wits and awareness.
You called it Bartholomew?
That's his name.
That's his name.
Oh, sorry.
Wits and
It's true.
awareness.
I was there.
I was too, but I don't remember.
You will. You will.
Do
Will I?
4 successes.
There's a kind of a bit of a walk that you take, but occasionally you can kind of sense Bartholomew around you.
Mm-hmm.
But the last like maybe 10 or 15 paces, he's not. He seems to have stopped and is looking at the lake.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the ring out and just play with it in my hands. And so I notice him looking at the lake.
Yeah, he seems to
I'm gonna
be
swim
looking
in.
like
Okay.
kind of up from the lake.
I'm gonna stroll over and say, "So, Bartholomew, what is it that you are seeing that these poor tired eyes of mine cannot?
I want to go there.
You want to go where?
There.
And why? Why do you want to go there? Is it just something you're feeling?
Yeah.
I would recommend you do not go there. Going there would probably discorporate you entirely.
That seems like a place I should be going, though.
You're not done with your current existence quite yet, Bartholomew. You still have much to learn before you go there. That is what we call a siren song. And everyone else can see Duran's just kind of talking to thin air. That is what we call a siren song. It is there to lead you astray.
Are you sure? Because it feels kind of natural for me to go there.
What do you see when you look there?
I see a lake.
Do you see others of your sort going there?
No.
If you go there, you might not be able to return. So the question to ask yourself is, have you balanced everything as well as you could in the short time that you have been on that side of the veil? I would say you have barely begun to redress the balance.
I suppose. So what you're saying is I should probably do more good deeds here?
See. There is a reason that we cross to that side and stay on that side, and that is to rebalance things so that all of your passions are level and where they should be, where they were lacking in your life.
Give me a manipulation and persuasion.
Oh, I most certainly shall, thank you.
Lie to a
Okay.
ghost.
For the record, I forgot Trout Lake is one of the few like parks in Vancouver that has a lake that does not allow any boats on said lake at all. Any watercraft
I
at
mean,
all.
we could just wander into it and get goose shit.
We'd
all
literally
over
be
our shoes.
swimming.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to swim in that lake.
You can
I
swim in
wanna-
it.
Right.
You're not allowed using any craft.
So I'm going to rouse manipulation for the extra dice, and I did that successfully. So
It's
I'm,
extra
I'm
2
good with
dice.
that. Yep,
Yeah.
that gives me a reasonable chance. Oh yes, please. Thank you very much. That would be 5 successes.
He seems kind of not happy about it necessarily, but he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I could probably do more good here, I guess.
See, and we still have so much to teach you. I mean, you have barely begun to learn what abilities that you have.
Yeah, but I guess when it's time, can you bring me back here?
See, when it is time, I will bring you back here, and we'll see that it still feels like the place for you to go.
All right.
And I'll tuck the ring back in my pocket.
And he starts following you again.
I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm really curious about these lights. Like, and I'm a pretty strong swimmer. I feel like maybe I could just like swim in the middle and see if like I see anything else. Because maybe if I'm like in the middle and then I look up, you know, with my vision, like maybe I'll see something else.
And if there's something out there, we
It
can't
is
save
possible. See, well, we could.
There's
I will
not sea monsters though. That's
I-
not really a
I-
thing, right?
Hang on. I'm not going to invoke him by name, but from what I am gathering in speaking with one of my trusted, this may have to do more with my family side of things than I had thought, and perhaps not be weird, wonky mage crap. It may have to do with the Wraithlands, in which case a certain someone who we know as Mr. Ashtray might be able to reach through if you go out to the middle of the lake, and I would rather not have him grab you by the head.
Oh, for real? Oh man, I
See,
almost
do
forgot about
you
that.
remember?
That's Samuel.
Oh, I
Leach, or whatever
remember.
you called him.
Yeah, let's mention his name.
Yeah, see, yeah, let's
Oh,
not
come
mention
on.
names,
It's not
please.
like he's the.
He's not
what is it?
Candyman.
Candy.
Bloody
or
Mary.
Bloody Mary or whatever.
Candyman. Candyman.
I do not
Candyman.
tell you how to do your rituals. You do not tell me how wraiths react to things. That I think is a fair trade. And see, names have power. If you invoke the name and they are close enough to hear it, you will attract their attention. How do you think I get
All
their
right.
attention?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay, so no swimming to the middle.
I would say that this is my most trusted told me that he felt a great draw, let us say, a siren song, so to speak, towards the center of the lake and up. So that is there are different levels and places that those who have passed on go. And eventually the whole point is to rebalance and address everything so that you can, all your passions are leveled and you can go on to become part of the great who knows what. And yours is gone. And this might be one of the doorways to that just being gone.
And do you think that then
Is this the bright light at the end of the tunnel?
that's
It might
actually
just be
exactly what I
C.
was thinking.
Trout
See.
Lake is the bright light at the end of the tunnel.
It's one of them. I mean,
One of them.
these are in places. And again, there are levels to the Wraithlands as well, that as you go deeper, there are cities,
Spectral
and
alligators.
societies, and all sorts of different things. So see, this is one of the doorways to another place.
Okay, so then my next question would be, do the changelings care about a place like that?
Clearly they do, otherwise they wouldn't have mentioned it.
See,
No, but I
they-
mean,
they
correlation doesn't
might-
equal causation. It doesn't
They
necessarily mean that this is the thing.
I do not know what abilities they have besides picking of the pockets. So there might be those among the changeling court who can sense this sort of thing and who can deal with spirits who have gone onward, much like my family does among the kindred, in which case this would be an important area for them.
And I
It
think
is-
Jude,
I am surprised, but suddenly not surprised that when I allowed oblivion to fill my eyes, I did not see any other race around. Normally, a place like this, you would see them.
Well, like
maybe
kids
they
that
got
drowned and
sucked
stuff.
up.
People that have drowned in the lake, people that have died by accident or natural cause around the lake for any time in the last several centuries. When there's a reason I don't walk around with oblivion sight turned on, and it's not just because black eyeballs look freaky. These days you can buy those little contact lenses that make your eyeballs all black. So people would just go, okay, he's a little old looking for that, but I guess it's Halloween sometime. But because you would see multiple layers of people, there are restless undead all over the place. Not crowded, but a couple every street, every block, every
Yeah.
building, and in a park as well. There is nothing that says that people do not pass onward in this park or are not drawn to this park for some reason. And yet I looked around and there was nothing. There was a lake.
So it's kind of suspicious that there are no
See,
ghosts.
see.
So just like every situation we get in, it's suspicious and confusing. Great.
See.
Okay. I'm just kind of thinking, well, where do we go from here? Because we don't see anybody. There's no ghosts. We have weird lights. Not a good
don't think-
idea to swim. So I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
think we need to poke this one. I don't think we need to poke it with a stick. I think we can go.
I mean, if
okay,
you really want
this,
to.
this looks fine. Let us leave it alone. Let's
Yeah, I
just
guess we could
leave
just
this
kind
one
of tell
alone.
them what we saw and just be like,
See-
okay, this is what we saw.
And again, all they want is that we make sure that they do not come in here and pave it over and put up a parking lot in a Walmart. That it
Mhm.
remains this
We don't
wonderful
want to-
little lake and park.
Well, you're right, Mr. Giovanni. We don't want them to pave paradise and put up a parking lot.
See, that is
Ooh,
correct.
up. Ooh, up. Yeah, that's good. That's a great one. So good. Yeah, my dad, he made this like when we would go on trips, like into the country in the woods. He had this like mixtape of all this weird like adult contemporary music, just like pop and stuff. And the Sheryl Crow one, he always played that. I like that one. Okay, so yeah, Duran, I think you're probably
Wait,
right.
Sheryl Crow, Janis Joplin did that one.
Dennis Joplin.
I know
See.
that, but Sheryl Crow did a cover of it in the 90s.
She did? Oh.
Yes, I'm 100% certain of this. And
I
and she
missed that.
collaborated with another guy singer. I think the guy from Counting Crows. I think they did
Sheryl
this song
Crow and a
together.
Counting Crow.
And
That's
they
an
covered
interesting
it.
mix.
I mean,
It's-
she was also on an X-Files soundtrack. So,
Are we
anything's
Ron
possible.
Perlmaning again, only with Sheryl Crow? Because
You know, she's
I
really
will
great.
check
She's
the I will
really
check the
talented.
YouTubes when I get home. I will check the YouTube and we will see.
Actually, the Sheryl Crow one is the only one I've actually heard. I know there's a Janis Joplin one, but I've never actually heard it. So I guess I'll have to check that one out as well.
See.
Okay,
Joplin,
well,
Joplin
I'm-
is a fantastic toreador.
Yes, it
Wait,
was a
she's
shame
a
that-
toreador.
It was a shame when the world lost.
Toreador.
You did not know that?
No, I thought that they told me that she was a what was it? That she was a Ventru. Or was that Madonna?
Seems like kind of a Malkavian to me, honestly.
Well, yes, I mean, but they told me she was a Ventru. You should maybe okay, maybe it was Madonna that was the Ventru, and it was
Oh yeah, I can see that.
yes, and maybe it was her that was the toreador. Interesting, and I learn something new every day.
See.
But I think you're
I-
right, Duran. I think it's probably just better to just leave it alone.
See, I am thinking that it is an old proverb that for the mountain regions, the Italian Alps, that when one goes into a cave and finds a sleeping bear, it is wise not to poke it. I think we have found a sleeping bear. I think we should go off to Elysium.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna think about this. Maybe see if I can find some books in the Chantry or something later.
As we're walking back, so Duran, did you ever meet Kurt Cobain?
No, that is
'Cause when I was-
not
'cause-
somebody who I interacted with when he was on the West Coast.
Overrated.
Here doing everything. I was back in the central Canada, Ottawa, Toronto area.
But because when I was working down in the States on the West Coast, obviously, Kurt Cobain was around and whatnot. But then somebody told me that somebody had Googled him or somebody had made him into one of us, and I never heard anything more of it. I just thought maybe all these, famous people who became kindred, maybe you'd know.
Well, I don't know all of them. I know a few of them, a couple here and there. I mean, I've heard many rumors about Signor Presley, and I've never met him, so I can't say either way.
Wait a minute. Are like all famous people like kindred?
No.
Kindred?
They do not embrace all of them because that's kind of.
Well, not
that would-
all of them,
Elvis
is
but I
not
mean,
a
you're
vampire.
talking about a
Some
lot
of
of
them-
different
Not a
really
vampire.
famous people.
Some
here.
of them, no.
Okay.
I had heard that Signor Presley was not a kindred; he was not embraced. But
No,
I have heard that he is a mage. Is the story that is passed around among
Both
people that
Presley
I know.
and Cobain are very dead.
I don't know about Presley. Cobain, I'm
Nah,
pretty sure.
Elvis is alive. He's somewhere chilling.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I believe that.
And Kane is driving a cab in New York City. See,
You diablerized Presley, didn't you, Mordecai?
So, the Elysium?
Yes.
well,
Indeed.
well done or well attempted, anyways. See, I think we'll just stroll up the other side of the lake.
All right.
And head to the Elysium.
Head to the
Get
Elysium.
back in the Fiat.
And at that point, it's a good point to take a bit of a break. Also,
Excellent. Just before the Fiat blows up.
as a slight correction, it's driving a cab in L.A., not New York.
Oh,
He might have moved
that
to
was
New
New
York, probably. I don't know. There's a giant thing underneath it right now that nobody ever wants to talk about when I bring it up. So, on that note, head on out, grab yourself some hydration, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we will be back in about 7 minutes. See you later, everybody. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. They are headed to the Elysium, which is the Vancouver Central Library, which I will put in the chat. I'm assuming if I'm paying attention and not away from my keyboard when we are airing this. Somebody will. We'll get around to it. So, it is a large, kind of like circular building almost, but these two halves of the circle are kind of separated, and there's a glass kind of walkway in between the two. And you can go in. One of the doors does seem to be open.
Okay.
Does the
park
unseen.
Fiat
Does
and
the
let's
unseen.
go check it out.
Sense the Unseen is a wits
Yeah,
and
like
aspects.
Yeah, as soon as I'm like walking out of the car door, I'm putting this on. I'm gonna go ahead and just burn willpower real quick.
I'm gonna do the same thing because I just rolled 2.
Ladies
Ugh.
and gentlemen, we're in the second half, and people are
Yeah,
starting to
man,
spend their
gotta do it.
willpower. Sorry, ladies, gentlemen,
I only
people
got 2.
inside those two and people outside those two. Everybody.
4
yeah, 2.
successes.
4 successes.
Nice. We switched from last time.
You both blink a few times and open up your senses to the supernatural, and outside of the glass doors, you can see someone leaning against them. But you can't see them regularly.
Do they look like Nos?
They do not.
Oh, interesting.
I think Jude's just gonna give one of those upward nods of acknowledgement and just be like, and kind of like maybe elbow Duran and like Mordecai a little bit and just be like, there's somebody standing there on the doors.
And that
Doesn't look like a Nas though.
that person nods back. And then they seem confused. Like,
Storyteller, are they? If we've done Sense the Unseen, can we see an aura?
if you would like. It's
yeah,
a
I did
pale
sense-
aura. Yeah.
It's a pale aura, so it is a kindred aura then.
Yes.
So there is a door person.
There is a door person, and they seem very surprised that we can see them. Which, for most kindred, it's not such a surprise.
Let's go have a chat with this door person. If they are surprised that they can be seen, they might not be.
Are you thinking they're
See,
shovelheads?
Oh, that's what I thought too.
See,
Yes, I'm saying. Shh. No,
See. let us just
Okay.
go over and have a chat with the door person.
Okay, so
If one of you
Jude
would be so
approach
kind
them.
as to just brush off the dust off his lapels so that the rest of us can perhaps see him.
Yeah. Jude will approach the person
And what is
and
she
just
doing?
be like, she's not like getting all up in their business, but just kind of like approaching in kind of like as friendly a manner as possible and just being like, hey, what's up?
And you see them kind of like take a large step to their right and kind of slide their other foot over.
Are you good? I can see you. Like, it's cool. Like, yeah. Hello. Hi.
They just took a step to the side, storyteller. Abigail's going to ask Mordecai, Mordecai, can you see this? What's in front of us right now?
Doorway.
You still can't see him. Okay, well then he's not using what I have, which is a very basic. If I move, it's going to. If I move, if I have those powers that the Norse have, and if I move, people see me. I have to be very, very still.
So that would mean that he is more, let's say, powerful than I am in that particular respect, and more like and more experienced. Does that sound about right, Mr. Duran?
Possibly.
More experienced.
Maybe. So he's just is he acting like he? I'm sorry, I don't know their gender, but like do they
it's a
seem
male
like
presenting.
it's a male person? Okay, so is he like acting like he doesn't see Jude, or that he's just confused that he's being
He
seen?
was nodding along to what Abigail was saying, and he was, kind of like whenever Duran did he did the same sort of motion.
So, what you doing? What you doing tonight? What's going on?
All right.
Jude.
You're going to have to tell us your name.
And he takes another large step to the right and slides over.
We can still see you. We can still see you, dear. I'm so sorry, but we can still see you. It's not going to help. This sliding over to the right, we're not going to hurt you.
And he becomes visible to the other two. You guys are no fun, really. Completely and utterly.
Well, I didn't know what you
all.
were doing. Like,
Are we gonna pants somebody?
I can't read your mind. You got to let us in on the joke. I can't do a bit with you if I don't know you.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just set up for the next time somebody comes in. Fucking vampires.
So, what was the joke here? What were you setting up? So that perhaps we can watch when the next one comes in too, and get the chuckle out of it.
Be in on it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I was trying to surprise somebody, but it's fine.
Just reset
So-
back to 1.
So you were waving your hand because you didn't want us to acknowledge that you were there?
John Cena.
Really?
Okay. I'm back with you now. I'm back with you. Okay.
I don't get
I
it.
was not thinking about that. I don't really meet a ton of people to talk wrestling with. So
Jude, who is
Still
John
don't know who
Cena?
you're talking about.
John Cena is a very famous
who you're
American
talking
professional.
to?
Well, you can see him, Mordecai, now, can't you?
See who?
Oh, you're playing with his little game.
Dun,
Okay,
dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
familiar with
Yeah,
John
he
Cena.
You're
does
gonna
this
get us
thing-
muted.
It was. I know the rules about the amount
I'm
of time.
familiar with
It's
that
fine.
particular combatant. I'm just wondering who it is you are all talking to.
Okay.
What's your name, bro? Like, I'm Jude. What's up?
I'm Claude.
Claude,
Claude. Okay.
who are you
nice.
trying to surprise?
She's a friend of mine. You guys are no fun. You guys suck.
Listen,
Okay.
things have been kind of like serious and dire, so sometimes it's hard for me to access that part of myself
Just wait till
in
I tell the
recent nights. So
harpies. Jerks.
And what would the harpies have to do with this?
Good question.
What wouldn't the harpies have to do with this?
I don't know.
You guys
tell
just
me. Or you
ruined-
could tell the harpy that's sitting right here with us, that's standing right here with us. Mordecai here is a harpy, so
You guys just
Why
ruined
don't-
the thing I was setting up for like weeks. By the way,
I
don't
don't
go through the
believe that.
third door.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that you were
It is
setting
actually
whatever
quite a
that
great
was up
defense.
for weeks.
You know, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, he's right.
why
I
is
think
he
Jude
right?
looks at Duran and just goes like,
Mordecai, what are you on about?
No, I mean, if you're setting up a bit, you gotta. You can't have somebody coming in and blundering through your you're putting together a puzzle, you put all the pieces together, someone just washes it off the table like a pigeon on a chessboard, right?
Yeah, he gets it.
Can't do that.
No.
That's just not cool.
Because there are too many variables that are involved in a situation like this. So if you didn't prepare for that, that's on you. Okay.
If I could see you, then you're not very good.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fair,
I'm
you both
going to be
used
blunt.
supernatural power to see him. I didn't see him, and neither did Duran.
I'm going to bring
Okay.
up 2 quick points. The first point is that you were doing this for your friend. We stumbled into it. Your friend is not around. You can reset and continue. If you're
True.
going to set up a bit in a public place, expect the public to accidentally get in the way sometimes. If you do not prepare for that, oh well, be prepared to reset. Point number 2 is be very happy I left the grenades at home.
I don't think it would be a good idea to have grenades at the Elysium.
That's why I left it at home. However, now I'm starting to think I should actually bring one along just in case I run into an idiot who's going to give me a hard time because I stepped into his public bit.
Haven't you guys ever seen like the thing where like they go on the subway and they're like pretending to play Star Wars, or they like run and chase ghosts through the New York library?
That sounds like something from 2010 YouTube. So no, thank you.
That was a nice little bit to burn. I appreciate that. That was good.
All right,
Okay,
all right,
cool.
I'll reset.
Well-
Whatever.
So
Can you do it while we're watching, or do we gotta,
who's
like,
your
turn away?
friend that you were doing this for?
Just the thing, just friend, Nosferatu.
Ah. Well, we hope that you catch him by complete surprise.
Sure. And he wanders over into the corner of the particular doorway.
We should go in and leave this fine gentleman to his surprise diablerie. I mean, surprise for his friend.
Jude's just extremely salty. She's just like, she finds this trite, not funny. She just doesn't understand the function of this.
Are the rest of you proceeding through the doors?
I
Yes.
believe so.
See,
Give me a roll from each of you.
What's
kind
the
of
roll, dude?
roll?
Just a 1d10.
A 1d10.
What? I don't like that. That's
single
scary.
D10. Just one. I gotta pick one that's
I
gonna be
rolled a
nice to
9.
me.
Ugh, I got a 3.
I also rolled a 9.
I got a 6.
I'm going to congratulate.
Dang,
that
I'm the
dice
only one
later.
that failed.
Assuming
Jude,
it's
as you go through the door, you just get dumped on by a massive amount of feathers. Ah, shit. Now I gotta reset that too?
What?
Oh, man. That's gonna take forever.
Jude just glares at Claude and is brushing feathers off of her shoulders, and is just like,
Man, the tar didn't even drop. What the fuck?
I
you
have to
really
admire
should
someone
watch some
who-
like prank YouTube from like, you know, this year. I think that would help you.
I don't know. I have to
That's a-
admire someone who goes with the classics.
Right?
Ugh.
See, tar and feathering. I don't know why it dropped out of
Oh,
use.
it's a little
It
hot
was so
there,
handy.
isn't it?
I have to recheck everything now. I'll go to it. And he starts mucking around with the door.
I'm just continuing forward then, just continuously brushing off the feathers. I'm sure they're in my hair and my big hair and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it. Damn it.
I might have to suggest to him that he uses yellow feathers next time because the big bird references would be wonderful.
So the library itself, I believe Joe has a description.
Yes, the library is at the corner of Homer Street and Robson Streets. And there used to be an art installation in front of the library. They actually said the words don't fit the picture. It was in neon grand lights. And unfortunately, it's been taken down, much like everything in a vampire's life and a kindred's life. It goes through cycles and things come and go. It's sad, the passing of time, obviously, but all things that are bright do die out. And though the art will be missed, the building that stands behind the art is just as majestic as you would have remembered it from any time that you've passed by it. The central branch of the library is a building that's grandiose and potentially out of place. It's surrounded by the glass towers of Yaletown and Falls Creek. And it is spectacular in its own right. It's a 9-story love letter to the Colosseum in Rome. You're ushered through the entrance, and you can see that the two halves of the top circle are joined overhead with glass. It creates an atrium, and there humans during the day, the kind, would interact, drink coffee. There's a little pizza shop there, and then they would relax with their newest literary acquisitions, I should say. And the top floor of the Vancouver Public Library has recently, over the past few years, been renovated. It is now a rooftop garden with a glassed in area as well. During the daytime hours, the rooftop garden is open to the public. But this evening and many evenings, it's a place where kindred come together, a place of decadence, a place where outside the flowers bloom, sounds or smells of honeysuckle and roses. And it's a fitting place for Elysium's second home.
And on that note,
Splendid.
are you proceeding up to where the kindred would consider the main Elysium portion, which is the rooftop patio?
I imagine so. Yeah, we'd want to go
I
to
would
wherever the
expect so,
main
yes.
part is.
So you go up in a glass elevator. You can see the various gears moving. You go up, and it opens up, and there's not necessarily a huge party, but there's maybe 20, 30 people here that are all milling about, going about their business. Various art pieces are positioned throughout. Mostly modern-ish art, like a tire that is on a pedestal that you're not sure why exactly. There's like little plaques describing the art, and they're kindred. For those who are still having Sense the Unseen up, there are kindred moving about, and there's slightly paler auras and slightly non-paler auras. So there's a semi-sizable ghoul population at this particular Elysium evening. And there's like the low murmur of conversation. People seem to be perhaps even politicking.
So Jude will kind of look at Duran and be like, things are kind of more in full swing than I was expecting.
See, myself also. I was half expecting a very quiet location, but this is apparently not so. Quite interesting. I have noted that art piece is called Man's Inhumanity to Man. And that one might just be called also Man's Inhumanity to Man. And that one, I'll bet you that is also Man's Inhumanity to Man. It seems to be a thing among artists at times to do that kind of a piece. I don't get the tire on the pedestal, though. But I'm sure it's got something to do with Man's Inhumanity to Man.
Yeah, I think you kind of got it pegged. And then Jude looks at Mordecai. What's your take on this? Seems like you're be in your element kind of here.
Mordecai's just sort of like half closed eyes and sort of just basking in the swarm of socialite elite. These are my people.
It might be an idea if these are your people to find out which are the top people of your people here that are worth speaking with, or to find out if and where there are other harpies so you can go introduce yourself. Jump in their sandbox.
Before we go anywhere. Okay. I truly thought that we were about to enter like an empty library and there was going to be one or two weirdos hanging around and we would just look at some dusty books and then go on our way. Honestly, I was not expecting this. And Jude is in like her flannel and just like a black hoodie and like truly just looking like normal, like big haired goth, you know, not feeling appropriate. And she's like, I don't want to say or do anything extremely stupid here. I've never really been to one of these, so
Jude, it's okay.
As soon as Jude mentioned a bunch of like kindred milling about, etc., there's the rest of you kind of notice a pile of moving clothing kind of shuffle its way behind Jude.
We know him. We've met him before.
I'm assuming I don't see this because it's behind me.
You do not.
Right.
I'm trying to remember his name.
That Frank?
Clothing pile.
Frank. My name's Frank.
Frank.
Keeper of Elysium.
Hey.
How lovely to see you again, Frank.
Jude turns around.
Like a hand kind of sticks out from the various beats of clothing.
Shake the hand. Hey.
Frank, have you seen the seneschal by any chance, or the prince?
Seneschal, no, none of them are here at the moment. But to answer Duran, I think it is Duran Giovanni.
Good memory.
To answer your question, the tire on the pedestal, it's Michael Mann's Inhumanity to Man.
I do not know who this Michael Mann is, so therefore the joke kind of falls flat.
Well, he's like a director guy in Hollywood. I don't know. He did like Heat. That's De Niro and yeah.
See, okay, I
It's a lot
start
of
to get the
gunfire.
punchline. I start to
Frank.
get the punchline.
Who's hosting tonight?
Yes.
Hmm.
People come and go.
I would know who somebody's putting up all the art.
It comes and goes too.
Cool.
Some of it's from, the Toreador. Some of it's from, other ministry members. Some of it's from, I don't know, some Ventru, I think. There's one
Which
that's...
Ventru?
Anything from Daedalus?
No. His art's kind of shitty, though. Let's be honest.
Well, art is in the eye of the beholder, is it not?
Is it?
I mean,
Well-
art's kind of subjective. That's kind of what I always thought.
You've seen some of the crap that's around here that they call art. Come on.
That is
What?
a voice of fire.
So any of this stuff yours, Frank?
No.
What's your medium?
Don't have one. Well, there is that... I guess there's that, like, tarot card reader that I go to every once in a while.
Ooh.
I guess they're kind of a medium. They don't really... I don't think they talk to the dead, though. They just, read my tarot cards and stuff.
No, that would be my family that talks to the dead.
So you're a medium.
I'm more of a kind of a large
boxy frame?
C.
Wow, you both told the same joke. Are you proud of yourselves?
C, actually.
At this point, I
Like-
believe it's Canadian custom to like punch each other in the shoulder and say beer.
Okay.
Ah, yet another lesson about Canada.
No violence
today.
Elysium.
Is not a Canadian thing.
It's totally a
Not that I
Canadian
am
thing.
aware of.
Totally a Canadian thing.
Oh, hey Frank.
It's
Hey,
part of
hey.
Canada.
So I'm Jude. I don't.
Mhm.
Yeah. So is this kind of just like an ongoing thing? Then it's just kind of always like
Kind of.
just kind of happening.
People like need to do something. They like need to make a deal. They generally kind of come here. Place of non-violence, etc., etc. That's part of my job. Make sure that there's no violence, no overt use of disciplines.
Wait. You're the keeper?
Yeah.
See, we knew Frank was the keeper.
Yeah, we knew that.
You never told us that
Yeah.
before, though. When we met you
I didn't.
weeks ago.
Oh, and it kind of raises up a little bit and then it lowers down, and you can kind of tell that he's trying to get off kind of a bow, and he's like, "I didn't know I needed written placards
No. None of
saying
that.
I
None
was
of that.
keeper of
It would have been
Elysium."
nice to know who was who before we shut our mouths off and shit.
But that's exactly, Mordecai, why you shouldn't shoot your mouth off if you don't know
From what I've been
The
hearing,
president
guys-
of the company.
however much status somebody has, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I'm keeping an eye on them, but there's only one thing one Harvey can do, right? Come on.
I'm learning. Listen, I'm trying to do my best here. So, any tips for me in terms of comporting myself here at this establishment?
Less flannel.
Well,
Sorry, was that harsh? My bad.
I don't know. I think Frank has some flannels in there.
Yeah, I got flannel.
right?
I got some orange stuff. There's some red in here too.
I like the orange actually.
It's kind of. Yeah.
So, any hot tips?
Generally realize that you're in a pack of monsters.
So a night like any
Yeah.
other. See,
Yeah.
and as for recognizing status, we do recognize status among the kindred, even though I'm from, the independence, and we don't really do that so much. I try to treat everyone as they should be
Oh yeah.
treated.
From what I hear, you're a good guy.
We try. We're still monsters. Now,
Yeah,
are there
there's
any other harpies floating around here tonight?
There might be. Let me check. I'll be right back. And then the
Grazie.
pile of clothing disappears. Because it's hot as fuck. Like 4 layers of clothing on right now. And a
I
pair of
appreciate
pants.
your commitment to the bit.
So there's still, milling about here and there. People are wandering in and out, from what it seems.
Okay, so and Jude is very distinctly like looking at Mordecai. Just kind of like looking to him for this whole just as she just assumes this is just like he knows everything about everything in this kind of situation. And
Mordecai
she's just like,
flips a switch, and he basically goes into schmooze mode.
oh yeah, absolutely. So she's like, okay, so what's the move here?
Socialize.
Are you sure that's a good idea for me though?
Well, you had aspirations at one point of political statesmanship. You're not going to get anywhere unless you know who the players are.
Yeah, but they like the people that are fancy. I thought I could be like a prince for the people.
Yes,
A prince
but
of
you
the
see,
people.
the keeper of Elysium is of the people.
Yeah.
Mordecai, Duran, she's obviously feeling uncomfortable.
Yes, absolutely. Come.
And wait. How quickly can you have an evening gown here? If that will make her feel more comfortable.
But will it though?
I mean, I don't think she needs it, but if that will make her feel more comfortable.
It like, is there just even like a different shirt? Like, is there like whatever. I don't know. Do you think is it necessary? I don't know. I just don't want to fuck it up.
There's no fucking it up with clothing, at least. I mean, there's in any social circle who will look down on you if you don't have the right purse. But those that matter don't give a shit.
Yeah, Toreador just get mad because I buy all the Aquanet up. But okay. So should we kind of stick together? Or should we all kind of be released into the throng and see what we can find out?
Well, I mean, right now I'm not seeing, I don't believe anybody that I would know. Storyteller, is Abigail recognizing anybody at all? Religion or otherwise? I mean, if you want to throw a seneschal in there, that would be cool.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about like, are there other Tremere
Joanna just wants me to
potentially here
see,
right now?
Joanna just wants to see me roleplay with myself.
That actually be really funny. I also would like to see.
Oh, you
that.
should
I
not do that in
also-
public, mister.
I want to see that.
You do not see anybody that you notice.
Do I recognize any
You're an asshole. So are you.
Ventru running about?
No.
Damn it.
You see, Jude, some of us don't have that fancy power of sight. So I don't know who's a kindred and who isn't.
So you want us to tell you?
Are you comfortable the way you are dressed now? Or do you actually want to have a change of wardrobe?
I think it's fine this time. It's fine. It's cool for this time, but maybe next time, now that I know that this is like actually what's going on here, instead of like an old, dark, dusty library with nobody here.
Wow,
then...
you Tremere are brainwashed, aren't you? Jesus.
Well,
every library's
got
to be old and dusty.
No.
No, it's because I just thought because like the prince is not around ever, the seneschal is not around ever, so I was like, well, what could really, like, who could be here doing what? I just truly thought it was gonna be like
The Harpies.
like kind of empty. Yeah, the Harpies.
The Keeper
I
of
kind of
Elysium
just
is
forget
here.
about that.
The Primogen apparently have been known to appear here every now and then, whenever they're not, I don't know, wandering in the sewer or whatever they do.
Wait, does Cassandra come here?
Maybe. I mean, there are Toreador exhibits all over the place. Chances are, if any kindred are here, some of them are probably Toreador.
Okay, so then what's the plan? I'm fine. I don't need to change.
All right, well then, let's schmooze. And he basically offers his arm.
She'll
And
take
just
it.
starts walking to basically sort of getting the lay of the land, basically finding out, you know, who's serving, who's eating off of the canapé trays, who isn't eating, who has glasses in their hand, who doesn't have glasses in their hand, what the glasses contain.
There's a lot of glasses going around, and
I'll also be just kind of behind his left shoulder, and just Mordecai for you to notice. I'll nod at people periodically and go, ghoul, kindred, ghoul,
Exactly.
kindred, ghoul. Don't talk to those two; they're ghouls.
Yeah, there's
always talk to the ghouls. If you want to be a kindred of the people, you can talk to everyone. You just give the accordance of respect to everyone, and they feel like you're giving them due diligence. They report back to their handler.
See, but I'm thinking that you should talk with the kindred about starting to
Absolutely.
organize influences for when the Sabbat start to monkey about.
Hmm.
You
So-
think
Masquerade
everybody
coverage.
knows? Like they all know?
Probably.
Likely not.
No, I would say probably. Why disrupt your schedule just because it's about they're coming? Being on the defense is a tricky thing to do because you have to wait. Why waste your time waiting at home for the boogeyman when you can go out and have your day to day, and eventually he's going to get here.
Bon vivants.
Everybody seems so just like relaxed, like nothing's about to happen.
What happens will happen when it happens.
Que sera, sera.
So
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
there is no food that is being served, but there are glasses of red liquid that are being served by various people. The kind of penguin-looking tails on the servers leading with trays of various liquids, etc.
Storyteller.
That's me.
Because we were talking about ghouls. I don't see any in these people that are mingling about. I don't see any of those Toreador ghouls that we had seen when we linked up with Daedalus at
When you went
the
to
club when
Sula
it was-
Rose, no,
Yes.
they are not here.
I don't see any of those.
They are
people.
not. no.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Any familiar faces?
After wandering through for a bit, you recognize Obadiah Stain, or Obadiah Ferguson is here.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Okay.
There is... doesn't really seem to be anybody else.
And I feel like Jude, just from Mordecai's arm, just is like one, like every couple of seconds or like minutes, she just like kind of looks at Mordecai expectantly, just like
And Mordecai,
constantly,
to his credit, wandering around, hello, sort of thing. Pleasant evening. That talks about the art that they're maybe staring at, finds that avenue of discussion in order to basically sort of insinuate into a conversation. Chat, small talk, nothing, small talk. Hey, have you met my friend?
We have
This is
not.
Jude, or Duran first, or Jude first, or Abigail first, depending on who's talking, what they look like, what they dressed like, what their conversation was beforehand, sort of thing.
Before a bunch of that happens, before you make it even a
Oh.
tenth of the way through the room, Duran gets a text message
What are you doing here?
from Resica saying, downstairs.
Oh shit.
Bien, I will be right back. So I will step out. Continue on. I will be right back.
Oh, Duran. Watch out for the bucket of feathers.
See, I shall.
Good advice. So there's, the odd talking here and there. The people seem welcoming to you, Jude and Abigail, but it's definitely, there's an underlying kind of
stiff.
not liking. But what they're saying is, oh, nice to meet you. But it's more of a...
Mean Girls, Regina George.
I'm sorry,
Kind of
Abigail. I'm
situation.
gonna pull rank. This is the Tremere Primogen. They gotta be nice to you.
Oh, they're
Mordecai, it doesn't-
saying
it
nice
doesn't-
things.
Mordecai, it doesn't matter. We're Tremere. It doesn't matter if I'm a primogen or not. We're Tremere. You know how this works.
Oh, I among anyone would know how this works. And yet somehow I made it to become a harpy of this city.
Oh no, what I'm saying is I'm more than happy to pull rank if I need to, but it's not going to make anybody like me because they see a clan and not a kindred, not a person, not somebody who has any sort of goals, aspirations, or whatever. They just see the clan. They see all of the banes of the clan. They see all of the
Damn.
bad things about us. And that's how it
A real
is. And that's fine. I don't need to be liked by everybody. I just simply need to have acquaintances and friends that matter. That's all. I don't need the love of the world.
And Jude kind of like, after Abigail says that, she's kind of like looking at Abigail as she sort of says all this, and then afterwards she kind of looks down. She's like, I don't know, I kind of want them to like me.
Well, that's fine, Jude. You can have them like you, but honestly, the fact that you're a Tremere, there's all this silly, well, okay, not silly, but there's history.
A real sins of the father situation, I guess.
Well, yes. And I mean, it's deserved. It is deserved. But that doesn't mean that
Well,
we don't
I had nothing to
individually
do with
have
that.
I know. It doesn't mean that
No,
individually we don't have
It
a
is. It is moments. It's you got to figure that Duran got downstairs to the front door and back up really quick. He moved. So he comes back into the Elysium on the top floor with a large box under his arm, walks over to the group and goes, Senora Jude, with me, please.
Okay, so she'll
No
just
discussion, just with me. And he takes her over to, they're going to be washrooms or cloakrooms or something. There'll be an offside room, and I'm going to hand you the large box and say, you've got about 3 minutes to put this on, if you would be so kind. And what is in there is a Cassandra original in deep scarlet red power suit, skirt suit. And it is in Jude's sizing, and it is built to tuck the waist, make the shoulders even broader than they are. It is a suit meant to, it's designed by a toreador and made with a high level of performance skill. So it catches the eye and it will enchant other toreador as well as other people. And it definitely says power. It doesn't just say, look at me. It says, if you don't look at me, I will kick your ass.
And her eyes get really big, like looking at this thing, just like dinner plates. He's like, and then she's like, is there like some Spanx in here? That'd be like really great.
It will do the same thing. It all tucks and folds properly.
Okay.
Just
all right. Okay. All right.
She wants to make an impression.
Jude will.
And then while she's
disappear.
changing, I'll go back to the other two, and now she will be prepared to make an impression. Now you have something to work with, Senior Strickland.
Operation Advisor in full effect.
Oh, Mr. Shaw, how pleasant to meet you.
Mr.
George Bernard.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so Jude will, she'll change. She'll kind of fluff up her hair a little bit. She'll like make sure her glasses are kind of clean and just kind of like brush it down, kind of arrange her jewelry in a way that makes sense with how it's cut at the neckline, and then kind of like come out from wherever the kind of cove that he was changing in.
That will be happening in a few seconds.
Cool.
So just so I can do it narratively, will Jude be coming out like peeking out and sheepishly coming out, or is she coming out like fucking I'm wearing like a fucking toreador dress, motherfucker. Just get out of the way.
Honestly, I feel like there's a bit of both. Like it's not necessarily like a peeking, like super timid, but she kind of comes around, and I think she's making an effort to sort of square her shoulders back.
Okay.
Posture nice, and kind of and again, fake it till you make it.
Okay, so while Jude is putting the finishing touches on arranging jewelry and kind of, readjusting glasses and whatnot, Obadiah Ferguson comes over to the group. Mr. Giovanni.
Signor Ferguson, it is very good to see you. And doing well, I see.
And you as well. And he's shaking your hand. Who are your friends?
This would be Senor Strickland, who is a harpy for our fair city.
And he goes to shake.
Senor Abigail, who is the primogen of the Tremere for the city.
And he goes to shake, but then he kind of pulls away. He's like, there have been a few too many times, my Tremere friend, that I...
Well, you know that we wouldn't do such a thing in the Elysium, especially somebody of my rank would not do such a thing because that would be uncouth.
Too true. And he doesn't actually make a motion to shake your hand again.
and our compatriot Jude, she'll be with us shortly. She was unprepared for dropping by this evening. This was a bit of a surprise visit. She is young and learning, but has great potential.
We were all there once, were we not?
See.
All
and then there is yet another who is unfortunately not with us tonight. He had personal business, but we tend to move as an amoeba, one could say.
Coteries generally do so.
See, business is treating you well. You are.
It is.
Making enough profit to keep your nose above water.
Yes.
Bueno, that is good to hear.
There is various rumblings of movement, and the Elysium is not such a place for such particular talk. I will pop by your shop at some point in the near future.
That would be wonderful.
We can talk shop, as they say.
See. Do feel free to bring along any of your clanmates that might be interested in shopping among our various designs. We are now carrying several lines of women's business wear as well as men's. As a matter of fact, Senora Jude tonight will be showing off one of our spring line, and we are just moving into the summer line now. So it is we can now service all gender presentations for the Ventru clan.
Excellent.
Not just the male presenting.
Yes, and I believe there is someone I think that you should definitely meet. Guinevere Wong. She is somewhat new to the area, but she deals in more transportation businesses.
We could definitely see. We could definitely look at some business dealings with transportation. We've been doing a lot in real estate of late, but we do have product that can be moved in and out of the city. And I am thinking that we should coordinate somewhat with your clan, particularly because you are the wielders of influence among the mortal realms.
We are,
and I am sure that you are aware that the Sabbat have turned a covetous eye to Vancouver of late.
I've been hearing rumors.
There will need to be a little bit of workaround to make sure that Masquerade Breaches, because they always happen with the Sabbat, are covered quickly and appropriately. We don't want the SI or other goons strolling through the city, indiscriminately taking people out in hopes that they might find one of us.
And it's at that point that Jude would be stepping into the spotlight, as it were, but there doesn't seem to be a spotlight in this particular part of the library. Congratulations, Jude. You've earned your first slow motion entrance.
I was about to say, and I request that it be just like the scene from Miss Congeniality where Sandra Bullock comes out on the tarmac and they're playing, I think She's a Lady. That's what I would like. Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, Jude, I think, well, go
does
ahead.
Jude
What's
trip
up?
on her and roll her ankle with the 3-inch heel?
No, we're gonna skip that part. Hopefully.
It is probably a dex check.
Oh God,
It
no,
is
not
not.
Dex, please, no, no,
Dex and
don't,
performance,
no.
no.
I beg you, no, please,
But
please,
with
no.
the Cassandra original that you're wearing, I'm going to be making a few rolls because there will be some Toreador in the
Okay.
audience. That kind of sucks.
Sure. And she,
That sucked
I
even
think-
more. Wow. All right.
she, right before she comes out, I think she has this like very like muscle memory, like reminiscent of like this exhale, and it's just like, okay, I can do this. And she walks out, and I think she's really trying to exude the power, it potentially inherent in this piece of clothing. So she walks out. She's got her shoulders squared back, and she'll go right up to Obadiah.
Obadiah, yeah.
Yeah, and she'll go right up and kind of just
Sorry, as you come out,
go ahead.
there's a you definitely notice that there's kind of like a quieting down of the people, and you can hear like a tsh, as like somebody dropped one of their glasses because they fucking botched their willpower roll, like completely flubbed it. And then you can hear like, oh, Christ. Sorry, we'll get someone.
I'm going to lean over to just lean over towards Mordecai and go, the stirring has happened. And as Jude gets closer, I'll introduce her to Senor Obadiah Ferguson, Senora Jude.
Miss
This
Jude.
is the other member who was who we caught by a little surprise. So we made sure that, of course, there was something appropriate for her to slip into afterwards.
I see. Thinking ahead. I believe it is. I believe that is this year's Cassandra collection.
See, the
if
spring
I'm not
collection.
mistaken. Excellent. Miss Jude, and he goes to shake your hand.
Yeah, and she'll get right in there
He
and
kind
shake
of
his hand.
he kind of
Strong,
goes with
strong.
the open hand up type thing, and you kind of grip him and like shake,
Yep.
and he's like,
That's exactly what happens.
quite the grip you have there, Miss Jude.
Mr. Obadiah, Jude here.
Mr. Ferguson, let's not
Clan
go on ceremony.
is of Clan Shamir. She is one of our newer members of the chantry.
He's like, oh crap, I just touched her hand.
That's basically like, yeah, everybody else who was out there when he semi-refused to shake Abigail's hand noticed that his face kind of like drops a little bit, but then like right after he puts it back up to the, congenial like, oh yes, 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 of course, stiff upper lip and all that.
Well, yeah, it's really nice to meet you.
You as well. To Tremere for this particular evening. Is there, other than the rumors of the Sabbat coming to town, is there anything special for this particular evening that brings two of our warlocks to the Elysium?
Are we not welcome?
Oh no. Your particular clan have not been to Elysium, not sent any representatives for several weeks.
Well, there hasn't been any reason to be here, has there?
That is why I'm asking.
There has not been any reason to be here. I mean, there's no prince, no seneschal, none of the other Primogen are here. I mean,
even the other Primogen have not been showing up, but that is apparently also because rumor has it, and a very strong rumor, that they have decided to bat for the other team, so to speak.
The Anarchs?
Oh no.
No, not that team.
Oh.
Apparently, there might have been a little coercion, some deals made. I'm not sure whether it was threats or bribery or just excellent payment, but
That does not
we have
sound
been
like Charlotte at all.
we have been trying to investigate this. Charlotte apparently has left the city.
Interesting. I should.
So,
excuse me.
This is
one moment.
Certainly.
And he like goes off, and he's clearly typing something into his phone. He's trying to text Charlotte and be like, "Why aren't you in the city?"
Well, shall we go see what other interesting things we can stir up in this fun little pot of stew?
Absolutely. I think I'm enjoying myself more than I thought I was going to. I tend to not like these things, but this has been quite an enjoyable experience, I must say.
Once you spend time with a family that has a reputation for being pedantic, stuffy, and ritual bound, Elysiums can become very interesting and entertaining things, particularly, I have to say, for us independents, because nobody knows quite how to handle this here. But
so true.
It's very enjoyable, and of course for my my coterie, my Vancouver family, I must share the enjoyment.
Oh, I'm just enjoying.
And you.
The uncomfortableness of everybody else, really, because usually it's us that's uncomfortable.
And I feel like it's at this point that you really see a very wide, large, predatory smile go over Jude's face. And she kind of like adjusts the like little jacket of the suit, and she's like, "Thanks, Duran. This is a real game changer."
And this is a
Jude,
suit that you will hang that in your wardrobe.
Yes, I will. It feels good. And then she kind of looks at everybody just like a brief glance. She's like, "Let's fuck shit up." Just in the appropriate way. In the appropriate way. Not in my way. In the way that is right for this situation is what I mean.
Not in the masquerade breach kind of way. In the Not in the let's blow up the library kind of way. In the
no.
Okay,
Upside,
good.
We have no explosives. We've already determined I left the hand grenades at home. And two, there are no humans here currently, so reaching the masquerade would be difficult to do. But breaching the rules of Elysium would be easy to do, and we should not do that either.
Well, at one point,
I tend to rather like Frank. I don't know why. He grows on you like a fungus. See, well, he's a little mushroom in layers of fabric. But I like him, and I think we should make his job easier.
Masquerade breaches tend to happen even if there are no humans around. There was one Elysium that I was at that the Seneschal, I believe it was. They call it eating, and I think it was the Malkavian primogen or a representative off the roof. There was some sort of a kerfuffle. And obviously, one would not think that that's a masquerade breach because it's just us. But finding a body on the ground, there was a lot of Ventru apparently cleaning up that mess later because there was ambulances and things like that, wondering what the hell was going on. So,
See, I can well imagine.
As Abigail says that, you hear it eep behind her, and like a butter knife clatters to the ground.
I'm having flashbacks, sorry. I'm like...
the person who dropped it ducks down and picks it up, and they run off.
Sorry, who are you?
They run off.
I mean, Abigail, if anybody, would probably recognize him.
Abigail definitely recognizes that particular person.
And that person
the hell was that?
He was the one that stabbed Mandrake in the foot with the butter knife.
That was the one who stabbed Mandrake in the foot with the butter knife.
Oh!
He's the one that got thrown off the building.
Right.
Right before it was declared Elysium, I might add. So that was a legit thing.
And I mean, masquerade breach or not, he seems to be here now, so apparently he's been forgiven. This is out of character, I'm saying.
It wasn't him that breached the masquerade.
We should find out if
Fair.
there are any other harpies here. One, to connect Senor Strickland to the harpy network in the city, and two, because harpies are those who deal in boons, favors, and rumors, like, oh, the Primogen are not being very good representatives of late.
At the mention of the harpies, there's a woman who's standing with her back turned to Duran. She's holding like a wine, champagne flute that has red liquid in it, and she's staring at the Michael Mann's Inhumanity to Man, and she seems completely and utterly engrossed in it. And you can see from behind her, she's like, "Yeah, the harpies are over there."
Grazie, signora. I do like the fact that I am not the only one here in this entire room with very sharp and perceptive hearing. I appreciate the fact that sometimes one only has to whisper what they're looking for and several ears perk up. Apparently, according to the art connoisseur, the fine young lady there, the harpies are that way.
So as she's waving,
That's
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say that Jude, when Duran sort of like tells where like the harpies are, like Jude is just gonna come and like take Mordecai's arm and just sort of straighten up and be like, "Let's go."
So as the woman is sort of waving her hand, Mordecai takes the hand, bend, quick kiss, and sort of slips a business card in between two of her fingers.
Yeah, it falls immediately out from her fingers because she's like,
Oh, right.
She's
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Pick it up. Tuck it in a slot of the purse.
Yeah, she won't notice that for at least several hours.
That's good.
Where you doing?
And basically spins about on his foot, taking Jude's hand. Now remember, darling, heel toe, heel toe.
Got it.
Never get a second chance to make a first impression, yada, yada, yada. So schmoozing is that way.
As you are wandering over, you see there's someone on the ground, a male presenting person, and they're like scrubbing. Looks like they're moving around kind of a blood thing, and they're like picking up pieces of glass. And he's like, he's like basically on his hands and knees, and he's got like a regular white dress shirt on, black slacks. And he's got like kind of like a scarf type thing around his neck, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And there's a woman that has kind of really, really tight red hair around her head. Like it's kind of bundled up like in a stylish fashion. There's like several different kind of artistic pieces that are like strewn about her face. And she's in a like white dress. And she's like, "Christian, I told you not to pay attention to anyone but me. I'm sorry, sire. I'm sorry." And he's like cleaning. You made a mess, and this is going to affect my status. And what is everybody doing?
This is not the artist. This is okay. Or
No,
not
this
the
is-
art
this isn't-
artist or the
This isn't the person that was looking at the art. This is where she was directing.
right.
Go.
Sidle up. Just can't get good help these days, can we?
I know, right?
I mean, they try.
They just have to try harder. And she reaches down and grabs the guy's ear and kind of like squeeze it, and he's like and then you can see, like, you hear a from across the room, and you can all audibly hear it, and you see like the kind of tut tut finger motion coming from a pile of clothing, and she's like, I wasn't hurting him, Frank. Please get off my back.
I have a project, man.
Elysiums.
You know, darling, he tries, but he's still only help. Your status is not going to be affected by this.
He's a child, I suppose. Haven't even released him yet. I was hoping to meet the prince here tonight, but he doesn't seem to be.
There's a couple here like that.
He doesn't seem to be here.
He'll learn. We were young once too.
And the person on the ground that's kind of cleaning things up, he's not sure where exactly to put the shards of glass, so he's kind of like made like kind of a napkin out of the piece of like fabric that he was drying up the floor with, and he's trying to bundle in there, and he looks up at Jude, and he just stops moving entirely.
He's a Toreador. All right. Step in real quick, sort of real sluggily.
They both are.
Lift the bundle of whatever out of his hands while he's staring dumbfoundedly.
No response from him whatsoever.
Perfect.
As long as you don't like cross over in front of Jude, he's just awestruck. He's just
And
like,
just sort of like,
And as Mordecai lifts the bundle, I'm going to step in to take the bundle from Mordecai, and I'm going to step deliberately between his eyesight, so I block off Jude. And it'll just be, I'll take that for you.
we got it. So good.
Where did it?
Magic.
Christian, get up. And he kind of stumbles to his feet, like, yes, sire. Yes.
And Jude is like kind of very pointedly like not saying anything. She'll like flick her hair. She'll do a little blue steel moment. You know what I'm saying?
One look.
That's right.
What's this? School for ants?
I think Abigail's going
So
to
hot right now.
grab Jude by the, well, not grab, but take Jude by the elbow and say, I think you're causing a distraction, dear. Maybe we should let these friends have some time to get accustomed to your glory.
Yeah, you're right.
And
You're right.
Abigail's gonna, is there like a group of Bruja or maybe Gangrel or something that we could walk towards?
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
there's kind of a congealment of clan leather jacket.
Perfect. So I'm gonna take Jude and kind of move her towards her. I'm assuming that clan leather jacket's Primogen is probably there.
He is not.
Oh, okay.
His name was Brick. Come on.
All right. So
F in the jet.
F in the chapter,
Yep.
Brick.
Yep. So Abigail's going to take Jude towards Clan Leather Jacket while Mordecai and Duran have a conversation. And Abigail's just going to start humming just loud enough for the newly minted kindred to hear. No, you're never going to get it. Not this time. Never going to get it.
You're gonna get us muted.
No, I'm not. I'm doing cover.
No, we know the rules. I love Abigail's passive aggressive song singing. That's one of my favorite parts of Abigail, honestly. It's so good. Okay. Okay, so we're approaching these leather jacket clad individuals. What are they doing? They're just kind of conversing and
They, as opposed to the rest of the kindred who are trying to put on an air of like fancy bullshit, they're like drinking. Like there's one person that has like a White Claw can that's like looks like they're drinking blood out of that, and another person looks like they're holding a beer bottle. Like it's just they're like leather jackets, torn up jeans, some like plaid shirts underneath it, and they're just like kind of huddled into the one kind of corner, and they're kind of ribbing each other like, "Hey, check out the dame."
the
May I,
dame.
may I introduce Jude of Clan Tremere?
Oh.
She's first time at Elysium today, and we wanted to make sure she introduced herself to our fellow brethren here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, come now.
Welcome to the Elysium.
Hey, I'm just trying to have a good time.
You ever ride a motorcycle?
Of course.
In that?
Nah, this is my first time taking it out for a spin.
All right. So let's drive a motorcycle with that, because that's something I want to see.
Right now?
Yeah, why not? What do you have better things to do? I'm too good. You're too good for the rest to hang out with Clan Bruja.
Oh, don't give me that. You know, all of you have some bougie little secret that your girlfriend likes her Louboutins, or you buy your jacket from some Italian leather company. Come on.
Hey, this is genuine imitation Corinthian leather, all right?
Okay, Richard Montalban.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a
Abigail
solid
walks
reference.
behind.
Damn.
Abigail walks behind the Bruja.
Yeah, there's
And
no
kind of-
way that Abigail would get behind the Bruja.
Abigail walks behind the Bruja and says,
True dat.
"Take off your jacket. Let's see what the label is on this jacket,
Yeah,
Mister. I'm not bougie." Oh, come now. You're no fun.
Hey, this is a Harley Davidson jacket, all right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Harley Davidson.
And that's not bougie? Come on.
I mean, it's
Quiet, you. You're
It's
over
the
on the
label-
other side of the room.
You're
talking
paying
to
$100 for a
paying.
$50 pair of gloves.
you're paying for a name and not a quality.
And it's crazy because I got this shit for free.
Darling, my leather jacket is from the war. So I'm sorry, but your Harley Davidson jacket
Which war?
is bougie. Second. So your Harley Davidson jacket is a little bit bougie.
I mean, you can say it was the Great War and all, but, some of us were there for the first one.
Well, but your jacket wasn't.
No, because that jacket got full of holes.
Wow. Fellow comrade. Nice to meet you. What is your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Fucking Toreador nosy. All right. My name is... Give me a second. I've got a list. Bradley.
Excellent, Bradley. And why are you at Elysium? You seem to be not really having much fun.
It's a place to hang. Sometimes you gotta show up here to make deals.
And what kind of deals are you looking to make?
Kind of deals you got.
I asked first.
Yeah, you're right. You did ask. What kind of deals you got?
And And Jude kind of looks at him. She's like, "You know, shit's about to go down here, like really fast, right?
Nope.
Like in the city.
Sure.
Are you ready?"
For what? The anarchs? They're piss ants.
No, not the anarchs. The real bad guys.
The Camarilla?
Ooh, don't catch anybody hear you saying that. You better watch out.
No. Everybody knows it, but nobody's really saying it because everybody seems to think somebody else will deal with it. But you know that those little Sabbat wonder childs are coming, right?
And Jude makes a shovel digging motion.
The childers are going to be showing up. They're going to be aggressive. And maybe you might want to do something about it.
See, that I didn't know.
Really? I believe if you are living in the area with the anarchs, the fact that you don't know is concerning. Because your brethren know.
I didn't say I was living with the anarchs. We've
Well,
been out
in
of
that case-
town for a while.
All right. Well, now you know.
Good to know.
And if you wish to do something about it, then you should have a discussion with us. Would you like to meet my friends Mordecai and Ran? And we can have a little discussion.
Maybe some other time. Is there a
All
place you
right.
all hang out?
Jude, would you like to invite him into our little... Or would you prefer not? It's your call.
I don't know. They can come around. A little spot in Gastown called Sandwich.
All right.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Jude. If you've nothing further, maybe we should go back and see Mordecai and Ran.
And she'll nod to Abigail and to Bradley. She'll just not actually like approaching him in any way, but she just does like 2 like air kisses just to piss him off and then walks away.
Yeah, he has a look of utter disgust on his face.
And she'll, probably try to reconvene with Mordecai and Duran.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
since the ladies wandered away, wanted to have a quick conversation with the woman here with regards to her status. What status she has.
she's a minor harpy toreador.
Oh. How convenient. We should definitely talk then, darling.
We should, probably.
Is there a usual place where there's like a club meeting or anything like that? I mean, I'm fairly sort of not new to the city, but I'm new to the habits of the high-end statist.
Not really.
Just here?
Occasionally Succubus Club here.
Tell you what, though, darling, you might have an interest in my own place of business. I cater to rarefied tastes. I pull out a card.
She takes it.
Anytime, day or night, there's always something going on. So it's a place I'm getting movers and shakers to art display to DJ. Probably going to get Bartleby at some point, and others. Just a minor thing. But darling, I have to talk to Stain just a moment. So take that. Come by at your leisure. It was a pleasure to meet you. Kiss on the hand.
Right.
And don't worry about your child. I mean, if nothing else, the two of us together, I'm sure would help him figure things out. But he's still young in his eyes. He's still entranced by everything. It's just a thing.
It's true.
We all went through it.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna sort of drift away. Schmooze another group. Schmooze another group. Go to Obadiah. Stain. No, it's not Stain.
Ferguson.
Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson, a word if you have one to spare. The fact that Charlotte is out of town is actually quite concerning because the Venture then don't have any representation.
I believe she has a whip.
Who is the whip?
I'm not sure. She never actually told me.
I mean, what happens if she never comes back?
We pick a new Venture Brimogen.
Do you have any aspirations for leadership?
I don't. Not at this time.
Respectable. Do you have any candidates in mind?
No.
Anyone we can at least prop up if the whip doesn't actively stand out and identify themselves?
We will discuss it amongst ourselves.
Well, it's good to know. As a newly minted harpy of the city, I just wanted to make sure that everything is on the up and up and everyone gets their due deserts and recognition where appropriate.
We will take things under advisement.
No, absolutely. Have a pleasant evening.
You as well.
Oh, sir, I almost forgot. The Ventru are a clan of rarefied tastes, and I cater to tastes. If you are interested yourself, or send fledglings or what have you, I have. It's a little place, humble and discreet. For anyone who has whatever predilections they have.
Indeed.
Basically handing out cards to everybody.
And as Mordecai's handing out cards to literally everybody, that's probably a good place to cut off this particular episode. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you for any bits or subscriptions that happen to have come our way. Any money that we bring in goes directly to the people on screen. And we use it to help make this place a little better. Keep the lights on, that sort of thing. And check out our Patreon. So we're going to kick it over to Philly by Night in just a couple minutes. And I have a cat, so we are going to do some quick outros for everybody. Let's start off with Duran.
Evening, folks, and thank you very much for tuning in again this week to see where the coterie has gotten themselves into. My name's Cliff. I played Duran Giovanni tonight. And wow, we didn't poke any bears or rattle any chains and cages and that's weird for us. I don't know how to handle this. You can also find me on this very channel, Vancouver by Night, on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. EST, storytelling Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery, a 20th anniversary Changing the Dreaming Chronicle with an amazing motley and some fantastic guests that have come through periodically. We'll be having guests you will have just seen last week, the motley playing D&D, and then this week we've got a guest coming back and we're going back to the studios to see what happens. You will also on occasion find me with another special group of people playing Prince William by Night over on Dark Druid Productions, where I'm a guest there with a very large group of folk. You will find me in the YouTubes under Vancouver by Night. Hit subscribe. Hit like, hit that little bell so you get told about stuff. There's some amazing stuff in there. And yeah, that's it for me. Oh, you'll also find me online as the Vintage Self. I forgot to actually advertise me here and there in places. So yes, doing other stuff. So that's it for me. I'll hand her off to the next person that way, I think.
That way, yeah. Jude,
That way.
that way.
Hey, my name's Sarah. I play Jude. Thanks so much for watching today. You can find me on Twitter at MC Diabetes. I'm a creative partner at Martlet Games. We have lots of such stuff showing right now. Monday on the Martlet Games channel, you can see Terminal Black, our 10 Candles science fiction anthology, kind of loosely connected stories with lots of the people you know and love from the TTRPG space. So please check us out Mondays on Martlet Games. On Tuesdays on the Onyx Path Twitch channel, I am in a Bahari-centric Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called This Bloody Garden. We're just kicking that off, so it's a great time to join us. That'll be a limited series. So please check that out Tuesdays on the Onyx Path Publishing Twitch channel. I'm the Weekend Warrior. You would have seen the finale of Skin Deep yesterday. Oh my gosh. It's so unbelievably proud of that. So please go back in the YouTube for Vancouver by Night, subscribe to the channel, and check out that limited series. It's bespoke horror by a redhead vixen or Lex. Super good. Here on Vancouver, Delve into Darkness, and then on Sunday for Fandolin by Night, the D&D game. That's super fun as well. We had our big Halloween one shot. You can find that on YouTube as well. And yeah, just keep an eye on the Martlet Games and my MC Diabetes social media. You'll see what I'm doing. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I think the cat made a noise here, but I could have sworn that you just said Vancouver by Night. And I was like, that's awesome.
My cat made a noise also. My cat is outside the door just like screaming because he wants to be let in. So sorry, Thor.
And Mordecai.
Hey, Mordecai, or Mike played Mordecai. You can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram and TikTok, and at CDN Cap America on Twitter. You can catch me. I'm not really doing a lot of cosplay lately. It's mainly just griping and growling about various and lots of D&D memes. You can catch me, speaking of D&D, on Sundays at 2 p.m. playing in a game, Fandolin by Night, run by Sara 80, starring our own Sara here in this coterie as well. You can catch me on Wednesdays, DMing my own 5th edition D&D game called Would Be Heroes.
Tuesdays.
Starring our storyteller, Steve, as a Dragonborn. And I am guesting in games, cough, Toronto by Daylight, cough, Tales from the Rookery, cough. And you'll find out what the Motley is really getting their hip deep into coming up.
Donate bits to the cat. And we will throw up at this particular point, we'll throw up the socials for Prince. Check out Prince. You will be able to see Prince in just a few minutes. But last but not least, Abigail.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I was playing Abigail for you this evening. I love Sarah's cat, and I'm just going to say hello, cat, again. You will find me at Hyrule Gardener on Twitter. You will find me here on Saturdays. On Wednesdays, you'll find me playing Lara Applewood, the Pisky, on the Changeling game. And I am in episode 5 of that Terminal Black game. Oh my god, it's... Wow. I had never played I'd never played 10 Candles before, and that is just a hell of a ride. So yeah, definitely check out the series. Patrick did a lot of good work putting this all together. You will find me also on the 27th of November doing some parts of the Extra Life 24-hour stream that we are doing here on VBN to raise money for the BC Children's Hospital. We have some great TTRPG games planned out for you. A little bit of video gaming, but mostly TTRPGs, some vampires, some D&D, some kids on bikes, or kids on brooms, I should say. And it is honestly going to be phenomenal. If you can check us out, come. And if you can't, please spread the word. If you can donate, by all means, we'll put the link in the chat as well. And we hope to see you then. It's going to be just an amazing and exhausting 24 hours, and I'm loving it.
Yes. And I'm Storyteller Steve, and I am partially responsible for doing some of the planning for that 24-hour stream. Joe is handling most of it. And it is, it's gonna be a fun day. We have like vampire, we have D&D, we have vampires play D&D, we have other vampire stuff. I'm gonna be playing video games probably late at night, and I've got a case of Monster here to prove it. So we will have hopefully some prizes to give away at that particular point in time. We have some special guests coming in that we are not allowed to say anything about just yet, but you may or may not have seen them before on Vancouver by Night. So we are going to be doing that on the 27th. Come back, tell your friends. If you can, donate. If you can't, help spread the word. Every little bit helps, and it's going to BC Children's Hospital and all the Miracle Network hospitals that are connected, because we have a whole bunch of players from a whole bunch of different places, including possibly, I believe Zev will be taking part in that, and he's in England. We have a whole bunch of people across the United States helping out, and so we're going to do that on the 27th. Come back tomorrow for Phandalin by Night, Tuesday for regular D&D with Mike, Wednesday for Changeling with Cliff, and we don't have anything on Friday anymore, so because that ended that
We
ended
have
last
one more.
Friday.
Yeah.
We got one more. We have a mini episode with the cast
Right.
wrap up.
Yes, we
but
will
it's a
have that
shorter
on
thing
Friday.
for sure. But yeah, we still have that after this.
We will have that on Friday for everybody, and come back for that. And then back here Saturday for the Vampire Takeover. But right now, we're going to kick you on over to Rolling D's 20s. Thank you all again for watching, and away we go. Thank you, and good night, everybody. Bye.